Well, welcome in, everybody. Monday Night Football, one of two games going on tonight. Glad you're here. Glad you found us. Let's have some fun. Kolya, hello. Teresa, hello. Mike Beachman, hello. Rinser, good to see you. Debbie, hello. Gloria Thibodeau is in the house. Hello, Miss Thibodeau. O'Connell, hello. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I missed anybody right yet. Oh, boy. Let me push. Going up, going down, going all around. There we go. You got to learn to play it right. Know when to hold. Miami is up 10-0 over in their game over there. Good to see you all. We are in pregame format right here. Live game will start at 8:15. 8:15. We got about 6 minutes. John Stelly. Hello, JB. Good to see you. Welcome back into our show. When the dealing's done. Hoping Miami pulls out a big win over there myself. Welcome to anybody who might be new. All your Y2K favorites are back for only $3 or less. Only at Taco Bell. We appreciate you being here. Hope you're ready to have some fun tonight. Again, our screen will change roughly about 6 minutes. Actually, about 5 now, coming down on it.
Another viral hit on our hands. Watching both. To keep your favorite stars in the.
Anybody new in here for the first time, please say hello in the chat. We'd love to welcome you in.
Dancing with the Stars, live Tuesday on ABC and Disney Plus. Next day on Hulu. Well.
Dancing with the Stars on Tuesday.
Season premiere of the #1 new comedy, Shifting Gears. Tell me you're using protection. You're not ready to be a parent. Whatever. With big surprises. So, are you hiding? Big guests. So you met someone. Lucky for you, she has low standards. And a big home improvement reunion. Hey, buddy. Oh, boy. Shifting Gears.
That sounds like a fun show.
On ABC and stream on Hulu. That guy's a tool. Y'all know what time it is. Guys, I think this is going to be a great year.
They're getting in all their last-minute commercials as much as they possibly can, I guess.
Preteens are a lot different than second graders. These kids hit below the belt, which is where you haven't been touched in years. So we're excited. I told you there'd be drama. I got you.
Always drama.
Fall down 7 times. You stand up 8. I got to fall 6 more times.
8:10. Let's go. 5 more minutes. Here's your current game odds right now for this game.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Up. National anthem, everybody.
and kindly remove your caps as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Performing the anthem tonight, national recording artist and Colorado's own, please welcome Kayla Ruby.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the balls bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, there we go. Thank you to all the soldiers who have stood a post. May God bless you and your house. All soldiers, past, current, and those in the future, and their families as well. God bless their families. Their family sacrifice just as much as they do. 100%. Welcome in, everybody.
You don't just want a cold one.
Let's get it going tonight.
The coldest.
Does Cincinnati stand a chance to come into this one? I don't know. Everybody says no. We'll see. Matt Thompson, hello.
As an official
I say you don't count anybody out. That's my answer. Yoo-hoo, welcome in, Mr. Condon. Hello, sir. Good to see you.
Jersey Mike's new spokesperson? You're stealing my job.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Eli's.
I just love these subs.
Keeping an eye on this Miami game. I need Akane or Acne or however you say his name. I need him to have a big game.
Hey, that's my line. A sub above.
We'll see. Marky Do, hello, my friend. Good song. Lean on me when you're not strong. Joel Brim, how you doing, buddy? I bid you carry on. Lean on me, everybody. Let's do it. You're having a bad day. Lean right on us. Let's do it. Hello, Monorail Molly. Welcome in. Ronald Duffney, hello. Thank you, Doug, for sending people over. Thank you, Jen, for letting me know. Hello, Anita. How are you? Welcome in. Dun, 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 dun. You're at work. Okay, Matt. Well, hey, we're just glad you stopped in and came back in. That's the big thing. We're glad about that. We appreciate you trying to build community over here, meet as many good people as we can. That's our focus.
The city needs us at our best, even when things are at their worst.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are about a minute and a half away from kickoff. Minute and a half. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Yoo-hoo is in the house. I know Dolphins are up 10-0. Laura Jam, happy birthday. Debbie, do we have Laura Jam on our birthday listing so we could shout her out on Friday on the live show? I don't know. Is Laura Jam on there for today? Debbie Burnfield's the controller of that. She would know. Zach Taylor, Sean Payton, your coaches for the evening. Happy birthday, Laura Jam. Here comes our screen coming up. That'll kick again in just a minute. As soon as that commercial's done, boom, there's our kickoff. Click, click, boom. Here we go at the 10. Cincinnati to 15 at the 20, 25, out to the 30 and tackled there. Going to start somewhere right around the 31. And I told you it would do it again.
Career start number 9. He's 4-4. You see the number.
And we'll go right about there. Let's do this, everybody.
Yeah, it's there. But as you said in the open, he's got to get some help.
If you're brand new, say hello in the chat. We'd love to welcome you in. All fans welcome here. Marky Do in the house.
And I think that early in this game, it's imperative that
her birthday is the 30th, Debbie. Can you put it down there? Please. Shotgun, gonna throw. Pressure coming from around the outside. Gonna get whacked. No, incomplete. Matt, Monarch Miracles, hello. We got a flag down on the far side. That might go against the defense already. Automatic first down, hands to the face.
And you're right, defensive hold against Pat Surtain.
Correction, holding against Surtain. 5 yards, automatic first down. Ball at the 35. If you're brand new, say hello in the chat. We'd love to welcome you. We know people are finding the game all over. Quick out. Gonna go to Chase and hit right away. Dropped in the backfield for a loss. Loss of 1. 2nd and 11. This is a physical defense for these Broncos. I'd like to let's put our goal at 23 subs tonight. Try to get over 700. David T. Who day, just for you, David T. Welcome in. Mandy Mary is here. I'll give a who day for her, too. Shotgun. Dumps it underneath, complete. Chase gets loose. Brown gets loose, but we got a flag. Chase on a big block, but it might be a hold.
But a flag is down.
What's the flag? Here come the bots. No flag. Going to be 3rd down and 1. No flag. Hey, Jason, welcome in. They picked the flag up. I just watched a very good Triple C show. I got to be honest. Jeff Condon was in rare form tonight. He was awesome. ZM, hello. The ladies were good. All 3 of them were fantastic. Screen. Tries to fall through on a Cincinnati tush push. And it got it. 1st down, Cincinnati.
First down!
Vanta Kuhn, hello, Vanta. Welcome in. 1st down and 10. 1st down and 10.
This is what they have up front. Zach Allen is fantastic. And off the
Sub it up tonight. We're going to get 23 and get to 700. That's our goal.
they're as good off the edge as anyone, and they're as good on the inside.
Shotgun, handoff, Brown. Got a couple. Maybe 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. 2nd and 6.
I think if you look at this for Jake Browning and the Cincinnati offense, tough defense for him to get his first start this year against Minnesota. And they got after him. And they turned the ball over a lot, give a lot of
2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Coming to the line.
into this next game with a little bit more settled.
Jake Browning, your quarterback.
He likes to dial up a lot of pressures as well. So another burden for
Under center, single back set behind. Play action. Pressure coming across the middle, going down. Almost intercepted. Tip drill. That ball's down on the ground. 3rd down and 6 coming up. Nice throw. Real nice throw by Browning, but not enough. He needs to shade it a little bit more, just like Troy Aikman says.
But it's Jones coming over the top. He's cheating that way as it is, so he didn't have his
Jalen, welcome in. How you doing? Welcome to the Monday Night Fun right here on the channel. 3rd down and 6. 3rd and 6. Single back set. Looking to throw from the shotgun. Tight end in motion. Quick out. Sideline. What a catch. Higgins on the catch. Oh, my word. Back shoulder. What a catch.
Resembles what we saw last December in that game that went into overtime that Sean Payton talked about. T. Higgins had a
That was a beautiful throw. And catch. I mean, great hands by Gotta love Higgins. He'd be a great number 1 somewhere if he ever got the chance.
in that game. 11 catches, 131 yards, 3 touchdowns, including the game-winning score in overtime.
Shotgun formation, 1st down and 10. Ball at the 31. Pressure coming. Caught. Gain of about 9. Tinsley, 2nd down and 1. Cincinnati moving the ball well right now. Welcome in, Rob. Good to see you, buddy.
He's a guy that's fought his way up from the bottom of the roster, and here he is with a catch. He might have missed one here. Jamar Chase, they got the 2-deep look you see from Denver.
Oh, my God. He had Chase wide open in the end zone if he wanted him. Missed him.
Don't pass those up. And as I mentioned, Jake Browning comes into this game just wanting to get that bad taste out of his mouth from last week.
Handoff off the middle. Brown. 1st down. Cincinnati again.
But here they are with the ball in the red zone after a gain of 6 for the 1st and 10. This defense, they're reeling a little bit right now. I talked about how good they were last year, and there's Vance Joseph, and I still think that by the end of the year,
1st down and 10. 1st and 10.
talented across the board, but it's been a little bit erratic, especially the last couple of weeks late in these games.
Handoff, Brown going around outside, cuts back in, still got 2. It's good that he just got 2.
Was able to make the stop. So 2nd down and 8. Well, the Cincinnati offense, as inconsistent as it has been through 3 weeks, this is an area of the field where they've been good. They've been converting well over 70% down here in the red zone.
2nd down and 8. 2nd and 8. Look at the throw. Pressure coming. Throws caught. Higgins again. Inside the 10. 3rd down and 2 coming up. 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2.
He wanted to do coming into this game, and that's really nothing more than just being a facilitator.
Anybody in here for the first time ever on our channel? Say hello in the chat. Let us know what team you're on tonight.
Because the throw he made to T. Higgins to keep this drive going was a thing of beauty. Do they put it in his hands, or do they try and pick it up on the ground? As Chase
Ball at the 8. Ball at the 8.
The Drew Sample singled up at the bottom.
Shotgun. Denver coming. They're bringing a bunch. Throw to the corner. Incomplete. 4th and 2. Are they going to go? Badgerbacker. Hello, buddy. Field goal unit coming on for Cincinnati.
Well, what a novelty. You're going to take the field goal. We're not used to seeing that. You and I are such dinosaurs. We've been here for 100 years in the league. It's so different than it was. It feels like 5 years ago.
Evan McPherson on for the kick.
26-yard chip shot for McPherson.
Chip shot is good.
Now has made 37 straight from 45 yards.
All right, there they go. Nice drive right there for Cincinnati to start it out. I tell you what, it'll be a long night for Cakes if they keep coming down and scoring points, because he got his name back in college because every time Cincinnati would score, he had a 7-layer cake, and he would cover his body in cakes. He would cover his body in 7-layer cake, and then he let the dog or the cat lick it off of him. It's a whole thing, but that's how Cincinnati wins games. And it's amazing, and it works. Look, 3 points right there. It's going to be a long night. This may be a blowout by Cincinnati tonight. You might go through 3, 4, 5 cakes by the end of the night. It'd be something. That'd be really impressive if that happened. I got to be honest.
Hello everyone, it's Chris with Park Hopper Choppers. If you're headed down to Central Florida and you need a mobility scooter, give us a call, 407-989-9618. We can bring it right to your resort, right to the park, or right to your Airbnb, no problem. We were voted best mobility scooter rental in Central Florida by my mom. Give us a call.
Check out Park Hopper Choppers, everybody. Hello, Teresa. Welcome in.
So now, get a sausage McMuffin with egg meal for $5.
Like to see Dolphins blow out the game over there. Ritzer, what's up? How are you? Welcome in. 3-0 Cincinnati. That's like a quarter cake or something.
Deals up to 40% off this Prime Big Deal Days.
Prime Big Deal Days. They're coming up. They are coming up. Oh, boy. I have no idea what I'm listening to here. Apparently, iPhones have a new phone, number 17. I don't think I'm going to go get it, though. I don't really have a need for it. My phone works good. Sunday morning football, Vikings and Browns. I'm going to be doing that. That'll be fun. Baby, whip it all night. All right, here we go. McPherson to kick off. John says, I'm with the Broncos. Yeah, it was an impressive drive. He did a nice job of the drops and everything. Had a nice spin on his ball, too. Let's see what Denver's going to do tonight.
Why did they put our names on there now? Yeah, that's us. Okay, the kick from McPherson.
McPherson ready to kick. Boom! Ron, hello, Ron. Lichniak, hello. Here comes Denver out to the 25. Stopped about the 31. They'll start there. Good evening, sir. Welcome in, Ron.
Makes the tackle, and here comes Bo Nix. And I cannot wait.
Here comes Bo Nix.
Partner, my former quarterback in the NFL, to break down the mechanics of Bo Nix, because everybody's talking about happy feet, his eyes and his feet and all that other stuff. So here we get a chance to watch. Well, it has been there.
Let's see what he can do. My first time getting to watch Nix this year. Under center, going to start. Single back set behind him. Wide receiver in motion. Handoff. J.K. Dobbins, the former Raven, with a short run.
Last year, the ball came out. They're saying he was down. And a gain of 3.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 on the play.
Pickup by J.K. Dobbins is the Broncos, hard to believe, are looking for their first back to rush for 100 yards in over 30 games.
2nd and 6.
There are the backs and receivers in this offensive line. They've not missed any snaps so far through 3 games.
Empty backfield for Nix. Empty backfield, everybody.
It's a good group. 2nd and 7.
Nix has to dance around. Gonna have to run with it. Throws on a run. Caught. Short gain. 3rd down now. No, I'm okay.
There's a container on the bottom shelf with a red lid that has the costume
Okay.
in it.
All right. Thank you. All right. Good night. Love you. Pinky Steve-O, welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. 3rd down and 2 here. 3rd down and 2.
Josh Newton, Cam Taylor, Britt, Max Hill is their nickelback. Jordan Battle and Geno Stone. 3rd down and 2.
3rd down and 2 under center.
And with the play clock expiring,
Play clock going down. They got to take a timeout. Well, that's a waste of a timeout.
talked about it with Lisa Salters before the game. Pre-snap.
That is a waste of a timeout.
With a little more jump, getting to the line of scrimmage, picking the pace up a little bit to kind of help out the offensive system that they have in place.
So part of being successful offensively, you've got to get in and out of the huddle. You've got to get.
Yeah, make sure you're live with everybody. We've set our goal at 700 on the subscriber count tonight. 23 new friends. Let's hope we get there.
When she talked with Sean Payton last week,
Gonna try to get there.
to the LA Chargers. Those penalties really came back to haunt them. So at least now they're facing a 3rd and short. See whether or not they're able to keep this drive going.
Trey Hendrickson, we peeked into that face mask.
Under center, single back set. Pitch. Harvey out wide. He ain't going to get there. They're going to have to punt. 4th and 1. Hello, William. Welcome in. They're going to have to punt.
And it's a 3 and out for the Broncos on offense.
Well,
4th down and 2 on their own territory.
The rookie wide receiver who's trying to block the edge to get him to the corner. Here's number 13 here, and you're going to see he's the one trying to block Osai. And Osai just kind of works through him. You get the support up on the outside.
Crazy call. Here's the punt.
Crawshaw, the rookie punter.
Road Warrior, hello. That's true. He used to.
Charlie Jones waiting for it deep. This one is boomed over his head.
End zone, touchback, touchback. The Jets are trying to kick a 58-yard field goal in their game. Let's see if he does or it gets blocked. It's up, and it is. Good. The Jets are on the board over there, 10-3. And we got a flag on the play. Holding against the Bengals. Move it back 10 yards, half the distance.
So right now the ball's at the 20. If it's a hold,
it'll be at the 10.
Backs it up after a 62-yard punt.
During the kick, holding number 25.
Holding.
That penalty before is 10 yards from the touchback spot. First down. Timeout.
So back to the 10 we go. ESPN's presentation of the National Football League on ABC.
Welcome in, everybody. We're glad you're here for Monday Night Football. It's been a long weekend of football, but a good weekend. Finishing up week number 4. Hard to believe we'll be at week 5 on Thursday. That's crazy.
It's the whole meal. You can choose all Cinny Minis with the
Absolutely nuts.
Week 5 of the NFL season kicks off with Thursday Night Football starting at 8:15 p.m. Eastern on Prime Video. Stream it live on your mobile device with NFL Plus.
What movie is this?
I cried every day. I still cry.
I don't know. It's not doesn't look like it's a movie. It's some type of thing.
I fight every day. It's been a normal life. We haven't received any update. We haven't.
We appreciate everybody being in here today. Reach out to somebody you know that loves football. Tell them to get over here. Check this out tonight. That would mean a lot to me. Bring a friend. Everybody brings a friend. We could double the amount of people watching. Mr. Thibodeau, thank you for blessing the channel tonight. And blessing Pinky Stevo with free membership on the channel. Thank you, Jason, for blessing me and Preston and our channel. And also Pinky Steve. That's awesome.
Differently to provide a robust immune response.
Your birthday is December 3rd. Okay, John. Awesome. You got a little ways to go. Not that far.
You shouldn't get Spike if you've had an allergic.
Little ways to go.
Previous Moderna COVID-19 vaccine. Rare cases of
good time of year to have a birthday.
Outer lining have been reported. The most common side effects.
Real good time of year to have a good time birthday.
Muscle and joint pain, chills, nausea or vomiting, swelling or soreness under the arm. These seniors are celebrating homecoming with a lower dose COVID-19 vaccine that helps them enjoy their time together. Like it's senior year all over again. And Spike, the new COVID-19 vaccine.
Going to give me some Roger Rabbit for good luck.
Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Spike.
ESPN's Monday Night Football brought to you by Burger King. You rule. And Progressive, get coverage you can count on with home and auto.
Well, we're getting the bots in, so I know we're getting moved around a little bit out there, so that's good.
Joined by part owner Condoleezza Rice, welcoming 34 players and their families at Broncos Park, powered by
Condoleezza Rice is the Broncos owner. What? Thank you, Ron. I appreciate you. There's the recognition for Jason's generosity and blessing. Thank you.
The ownership group, part of it, the Walton Penner family, their 4th year. Bought this franchise from the trust of the late Pat Bowlen for over 4.
Browning under center for Cincinnati. Handoff up the middle. Short run, Brown. Gain of about 5. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, Ron. We'll be here live doing it. 1 o'clock. We will be here.
It was great to hear about that. I'll tell you, it was nice seeing Jake Plummer in the shot that we just showed. I hadn't seen Jake in a long time. Last I heard, he was living in a mountain, on a mountain somewhere. I mean, full beard. So, good to see Plummer back in Denver. 2nd down and 5.
Changing the play at the line. Go to shotgun. Bouncing back off the line is Browning. Look at the throw. Pressure coming. Going down the field. Incomplete. Looking for Chase, and they're going to call pass interference. I don't know. They were just running together. I don't know how that's pass interference.
And it is against Denver.
Pass interference. Defense number 21. Ball's placed slightly foul.
That's a joke. Let me see it. I'll tell you if it was.
Talked about coming into this game was maybe playing a little bit more coverage. If you take a look.
Oh, he yanked on his jersey. You can't do that. That was just stupid. Moss yanking on his jersey. That's pass interference. That ball was completely uncatchable. You gave him 3 yards.
But Vance Joseph he played coverage, a little more coverage.
1st down and 10.
He's playing coverage
All the way out at the 37. Handoff up the middle. Brown goes nowhere. Maybe a yard, maybe two. They're going to mark it at 3.
22-yard penalty. And it's now 2nd and 7. It's been a little bit better.
2nd down and 7. 2nd and 7.
As far as the run game goes, because Chase Brown has been getting hit so much behind the line of scrimmage. He's just had nowhere to go. And it's one thing to not have a running game if you've got Joe Burrow as your quarterback. It's an entirely different problem if you're asking Jake Browning to try to shoulder the entire load tonight. And remember this.
Shotgun formation, trips to the right. Browning gets it off. Gets chased. It's going to be 3rd down and about 2.
3rd down and short coming up. Well, Browning's just there. Again, I'm talking about the coverage that the Broncos are playing. They're playing this 2-deep look, and the weakness then is in the middle. Here's Gesicki, number 88, and he takes the middle, and that's wide open. And there's a chance for a big play. You see his reaction. He's wondering why he didn't get the ball thrown to him. But Browning is still just kind of...
3rd down and 2. 3rd down and 2. Broncos looking for a stop. Bengals changing the play at the line again. Quick, look at the throw. Gets it off. Incomplete. Throws it over the head of his wide receiver. Bengals going to punt.
Incompletions, which almost makes you think that he comes into the game not trying to press it down.
What was the over-under of this game?
As much as he's trying to take the sure completion, and they're going to go for it here on 4th down and 2.
They're going for it on 4th down.
He's a little cautious. He threw 3 interceptions coming off the bench week 2, had 2 more last week. Just trying to be cautious. Oh, they got him too. That's Ellis. Jonah Ellis came across. Was he drawn off?
Was he drawn off is the question.
Going into the neutral zone that drew the reaction then on that right side.
False start offense. That'll move them back 5 yards.
I don't agree with that call at all. Russell?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's terribly abrupt to me. It is a point of emphasis right now when the center makes an abrupt motion without snapping the ball. They are calling it, but I didn't think that was very abrupt.
I mean, he's got to look up. He's got to see who's about to hit him. That was on the officials.
4th down and 7. Are they going to go still? No, they are going to punt now.
Officials are watching, but yeah, I didn't see much there as far as him trying to draw the defense off. Here's an ugly.
Oh, bad punt. That thing went out of bounds at like the 40.
That's a big call. Instead of getting a free 5 yards and a 1st down, they have to punt. And then
Denver's going to have really good field position now.
Let's go with the punt that was no good. Just 24 yards.
We got a timeout, everybody. Let's light up that like button. We got to hit it up. We only got 46 likes on the board. We got 70 people calling you, asking for your help tonight. It's free to hit the like. Help me out. Let's get to 100 as quickly as we can. We need to get there. Makes a difference in the advancement of the stream.
Desert diamonds celebrate all the shades that make.
We appreciate you for considering.
Hues is ever changing as the desert itself.
As we got a timeout here. Hello, Lala Rose. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us here tonight. We got 4:24 left on the clock when we return here from the 4th quarter. Reacted. Nope. Sorry, I'm looking for reactions here. No, that's not it. All right, doesn't look like anybody's jumping on it yet. All right, keep waiting. Keep waiting, keep trying.
You haven't been touched in years. I'm so excited. Told you there'd be drama.
Thank you guys for hitting the likes. I appreciate it. We're up to 53. 47 to go. I wish the bots would hit the like. We'd be up. We'd have 100 likes, no problem.
This right here is that.
That would be special.
Sports fans. The fans who never miss a snap. You can track every bet while you watch ESPN.
Nothing there.
Your ESPN fantasy roster right in the app. You can still walk away with a W.
Brandon, welcome in. Baseball season's not over. Playoffs are still going on. That's not over yet. Pretty sure I'm doing baseball games tomorrow.
We're going to go back and show that call against Ted Karras in real speed. Here it is.
Mandy, I'm going to wait and see if she responds to that first. Just so you know, I'll give it a day.
Coming across early. Yeah, like you said, that's a big call, and I don't think Cincinnati had any intentions of snapping the ball. Their only hope was that they could get someone to jump.
First down and 10. First down and 10. Nick takes off running. Gets a couple yards. Gain of 3. Gain of 3.
Usually when they call the
I'm going to do the Reds game tomorrow.
very quickly, and they teach the centers to go up slow and methodically.
I want a good baseball game, Brandon. That's what I want.
But it wasn't the big head snap you usually see.
I'm just a broadcaster. I'm not a picker. I don't pick the games. I broadcast them. Play action. Flip. Not going to do it. Throw it on the run. Oh, should have been caught. Dropped. Should have been caught.
The ball was delivered. Franklin, his hands on it, but incomplete, and there was pressure by Joseph Osai. As they show that replay on the board here.
Should have been caught. That's how you don't win games.
Good throw from what I could tell. We'll take a closer look at it here, but he put it right on the money. All that Troy Franklin has to catch. Third down and 7.
Third down and 7. Look at the throw. Got a man caught. First down across midfield. Cortland Sutton, nice catch.
He's not going to be stopped short of first down. He got 12. And a fresh set for Denver. Yeah, pretty well designed.
Fresh set of downs for Denver.
They run Troy Franklin. He's going to tie it up here, and then you got Cortland Sutton who's coming across, and then no defender because of what Franklin's able to do clearing out that zone. And
Cakes is real excited for tomorrow. He can't wait to hear the major announcement. Hello, Reed in the Tower. Welcome in, buddy. Nitz rolls out, throws on a run, caught. Tight end down the sideline. Big run and catch. Troutman on a 20-yard play at least. Gain of 26. Cakes cannot wait. He's real excited, he told me. He can't wait for this tomorrow. He can't wait to hear this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dodger Stadium, home of the 2020 World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers.
I told him I would play that several times for him. I promised him I would. I got his text, and I said, I got it for you. Handoff up the middle. Whoop! Short dance. He's loose. Gain of 8. Nice movement.
that's almost his total for the last two weeks. He's had good 10 yards, so that's a good run.
R.J. Harvey, the rookie running back out of UCF.
Transferred, became a running back.
I'm excited for those games tomorrow. Cakes' team is in the playoffs. Mine is watching Cakes' team in the playoffs.
I think route running and pass protection, and then he's got himself a heavier workload.
First and 10 from the 15. Handoff. Got it. Got it. I got to move.
He likes the two-back offense, and he has even going back.
Come on, chair.
Their fullback, he had hamstring surgery. He's out for the year. Adam Prentice, they had elevated him off the practice squad each of the first 3 games. And they could no longer do that, so they elevated them to the 53-man roster.
First down and 10. First down and 10. Lin Drawing Channel, welcome in. This is football. Welcome in, Lin. Under center, single back set with first and 10. Gonna hand it off again. Why not? It's been working. Gain of a couple. Okay, Debbie.
Joe, for this game, that we talk about the Broncos not having a 100-yard rusher since Sean Payton took over as the head coach. That could be tonight. And I think if Sean Payton has his way, it'll be J.K. Dobbins this evening because he wants to lean on that running game a little bit more. And
you love baseball? I'll be doing baseball tomorrow.
I've seen J.K. Dobbins running the football through the first 3 weeks.
Baseball tomorrow, Lin. Shotgun, go to throw. Enzo, go to the corner. Incomplete. Third down and 5. Third down and 5.
Number 13, and now it's 35. Yeah, not a great route by him, but he is a young player. He's got 2 catches coming into this game, both of them on slant routes. I asked Sean if he ran any other routes. He runs a red zone fade route. We just saw that. But they sure are high on him. And Sean said
third down and 5.
Drafting wide receivers over the time of his career. So now third down and 5.
Shotgun formation, single back set, looking to throw. Pressure coming. Nix takes off running. Touchdown, Denver.
Clap your hands!
Welcome in, Mr. Fulton.
Don't forget this drive starts.
Hit that sub tonight if you're new. Welcome in. Say hello in the chat. Come on in and hang out a bit.
Because they're in man coverage, they've got a free defender in the post middle, but he doesn't have eyes on Nix, and he takes it. Nobody there to account for him. That's his first rushing touchdown of the year. He is good.
Field goal is good. Well, congratulations, Mr. Fulton.
Just like that. The Broncos are on top 7-3. From there through the air.
7-3 Denver. The Horses over top of the Kitty Cats.
On a troubling fans bill.
We come back. Bengals will get the ball.
Pull over. I'll get directions.
And more Dr. Pepper.
What is this place?
Those kids, why aren't they watching college?
This Thanksgiving, we got a new Zootopia movie coming, I just saw.
You know how to get to the football stadium? Football stadium. We don't kick off until Sunday here.
Jerry Jones?
We're in Pro Town.
We gotta get out of here.
Wait.
College football. It's a Pepper thing.
Man, this takes me back to the 2000s.
You love the Yankees. Cool. Good for you. Be loyal to your team. That's important.
All your Y2K favorites are back for only $3 or less. Only at Taco Bell.
Man, his bots are ridiculous again tonight. God. Just ludicrous.
The word Corona also works. Corona, La Playa awaits.
My kids can't hide anything from me. I'm home. Especially when they've been using toilet paper that doesn't hold up. Charmin Ultra Strong has a...
All right, let's get through the TP commercial. We'll be good to go here.
So you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin. We go to Rome. The whole time I think that my boyfriend's going to propose. And I knew he wasn't. It was basically the most unromantic, romantic trip ever. I even ended up having to use my Sapphire Reserve card to pay for dinner because his card was not accepted. Yeah, no ring, but at least you got one. You can't look rich, you can't touch me.
Get rigged up for a big game. We're in for a good night.
All right, let's do it here.
Here's the upcoming college football schedule on ABC. Noon on Saturday, ABC, Kentucky against number 12, Georgia. 3:30 on ABC. Number 16, Vandy against Alabama. And at night, 7:30, Number 3, Miami. Number 18, Florida State. You can also go to the new ESPN app to watch all the action. Bo Nix did it himself. Took it in from...
Oh, wow. Hill. If you got Hill as a receiver in your league, you're SOL. Because he just went down and he's being carted off the field. Not good for Miami. Touchback for Cincinnati. Touchback, Cincinnati.
Well, in 2023 and 2024, the Bengals won one game in weeks 1 through 3. They were forced to climb uphill to stay in the playoff race. This season, Cincinnati raced down to a 2.
Whoa, what happened to that kitty cat? Where's he going?
And they face another steep climb to make the playoffs. That is our tip of the cap.
Bengals have had such a rough run with Joe Burrow and injuries, man. I feel bad for him. First down and 10, handoff. Short run to Brown, 2 yards. Second down and about 8. End of the first quarter.
We start the second quarter in a 4-point game. Time to take a break. Fans backed in here at Empower Field at Mile High.
Dun, 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 dun. Fanatical Jim, hello. Yeah, his leg bent backwards. You see that, Jim? That was disgusting. That did not look good. His leg went places it's not supposed to go. Brad Klein, hello, buddy. Welcome in. Anybody new in here for the first time, say hello in the chat. We always like meeting new friends and building our relationships up with those that we're already knowing. That's the thing. Build your friendships up. Looks like Miami's just going to try to run now. That's fine. Let A. Klein, or whatever, however you say his name, let him run it in. I got him in 2 leagues. I'll take him running in a touchdown tonight. And, of course, they take him out. Right when I say that. I should have never said anything. They took him out. We are at a commercial break between 1 and 2 right now. Commercial break. At least it's only 1 game tonight. A lot better than doing whatever I did yesterday, 5 or 6. Does Miami keep running the ball? Nope. Play action. Tua throws end zone touchdown. Oh, my God. There's a Darren Waller signing. Darren Waller sighting. I can't believe it. He does exist. Hey.
Hey, guys. We got now.
Sucks you have to work on a Sunday. Does it, though?
How about dogs?
Okay.
They brought Peyton Manning.
It's quitting time. Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
Tomorrow morning, how's this sound? Wake up with Glenn Powell, live on GMA.
Here we go.
And this week, Abbott Elementary's Cheryl Lee Ralph lights up GMA.
17-3 over the other games. 17-3.
Right here live on
Morning America.
Back to Mile High in just a moment. Some bad news for Dolphin fans. Tyreek Hill, after making his 6th catch of the evening, injured immediately, an air cast put on his left leg, and he's carted off. Updates coming a bit later as they play at Miami. Joe, back to you.
All right, Scott, thank you. Yeah, any updates on that, we will get them to you. 2 and 3 teams.
Yeah, 1 o'clock tomorrow, Brad, but I'll be doing the game. Shotgun, looking to throw. Underneath, caught. Nice play. Gesicki on the catch. Hello, Diamond Paint with DJ. Welcome in.
Politic to get him back in a Bengals uniform. Now Gordon is out, and Jake Browning found him 3rd down and 1. And he's such an asset for an offense, and you're right. He's become basically the 3rd wide receiver. He's pretty much only a tight end in name only. Much lines up out there in the slot and runs wide receiver.
3rd down and 1. 3rd down and 1.
Browning has only been pressured 1 time tonight.
Handoff. Brown, he got it. First down, but there's a flag. Oh, no.
Gets the first down for the moment, and the call is going to be against the Denver Broncos.
Offsides against the Broncos. First down, Cincinnati.
We talked about it, Joe, coming in with the offensive line and some of the issues that they're going through, and they took the rookie Jalen Rivers. He's making the start at right guard. They thought they had solidified the interior of that offensive front when they drafted Dylan Fairchild to play left guard, and then they signed Lucas Patrick. Lucas Patrick got injured, and Dalton Reisner has struggled. He also got banged up.
Shotgun formation, single back set.
So far, they've held up pretty decent.
Look at the throw. Pressure coming around, going down the sideline. Flags are down. Is it a catch?
The flag is down back on the Cincinnati side of the 50. Illegal formation.
Illegal formation. Bring that play back.
That erases a 37-yard completion to T. Higgins. Absolutely demoralizing for an offense, especially you make a big play like that. Watch the job right here. He comes up. Samaje Perine makes a great block, and even under pressure, Browning throws a perfect ball. And
that was a nice ball.
Right after that play, but because Mims doesn't.
First down and 15. First and 15.
Marius Mims gets the call. He was sent too far back. Something we've seen in this league over the last.
And we got another flag.
Another flag.
False start again.
We're just talking about this offensive line now.
Wow.
Fairchild is guilty of a false start. You got
going backwards here.
He makes a great throw to T. Higgins, and now you're going backward with dumb penalties. Yeah, it gets tough. There's no doubt, especially against this defense. Now, Vance Joseph, as we talked about, he likes to come after quarterbacks, but tonight,
first and 20.
Played a lot more coverage. First down and 20, and they hand it Brown. There's a little bit of room in front of them, and drives up to the 44.
Brown gets nothing.
As we will check in again with Scott Van Pelt.
Joe, a significant loss for Miami with Tyreek Hill, but a significant comeback story being authored by Darren Waller.
Darren Waller on the touchdown. I can't believe it.
Miami leads 16-3 over the Jets.
That guy used to be one of the top tight ends. He was incredible. He just fell off the face of the earth. And we got a Bronco down.
And Yoma Uwazurike, who's been coming on, third-year pro from Iowa State. They check on him.
Diamond Paint with DJ is in here. She sent me a text and said, I put purple into all of my diamond paint. I do purple in all my diamond paint because of the Ravens, because I love the Ravens. I thought that was very nice of her to put that out there. Check her out. If you like diamond paint, you like painting, check her out. She does a good job. And I like the fact that she's, honoring the Ravens with all that purple. More purple, the better, I would think, in your household. Would go over great. Oh, come on with these commercials. What is that a commercial of? Why are people holding all these ice cream cones?
Which I guess would be a little less expensive.
Check out the Owings. They go great with the hydrangeas below.
Oh, it's a phone commercial.
Yeah, they should last until Saturday if they're kept in water.
Well, thank you, Debbie.
That's right. Move like this now. You gotta move it.
And yes, we've got another cruising commercial on our football stream.
Let me tell you about this new pretzel cheddar club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love.
I would think YouTube could do something with all these bots. I mean, really.
With the pretzel bun. When I add the Dijon mustard to this pretzel bun, it takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the
Doug
chicken.
says Dakota is fully allowed to use purple. Okay.
And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Real guests paid for their testimonials.
The fans are really part of the lineup. The uniform was look a little different than
Wow, the Jets just got a touchdown over there.
with their own vibe. Betting like a pro at NFLShop.com. Just as we went to break, and Yoma.
Big run of 50 yards for Justin Fields against Miami. 50 yards run.
That's good news for him and for the Broncos. Second down and 15 for Cincinnati, trailing 7-3. Early second quarter.
Guy should have been hit for a loss. Shotgun, go to throw. Pressure coming. Throws on the run, incomplete. Just threw it away.
I know coming into this game, I've mentioned a couple of times about how aggressive Vance Joseph likes to be, but you know, when you've got a guy who hasn't played a ton.
No, not at all. I don't put out any fake news.
A lot of looks for the quarterback, and he knows exactly where he can go with the football. So we've seen Vance Joseph run more coverage.
It is loud there tonight in Denver. Good for you, Badger backer. Oh, you have a purple bedroom. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. Play clock running out. They're going to take a timeout. Nope, delay a game, 5-yard penalty.
Against their offensive line, and now they get a delay of game, which makes the third down that much harder.
3rd down and 20 coming up. You're good, Ritzer.
You know that Zach Taylor's going to be real conservative here. Either hand the ball off, of course now they're an empty set, but I would think he's just going to get the ball out of Brown's hands quick, play field position. 4 to 5 penalties for the Bengals.
Shotgun. 3rd down and 20. Dumps it underneath Chase. He's going to get out of bounds. He doesn't have the first down. He's far from it. They're going to have to punt. AS Dog, what's up? Yeah, let's get up to 100 likes. Makes a difference. Gets more people in here. It's just what YouTube does. Thank you, AS Dog, for helping me out. Appreciate you.
That 10-yard completion gets the ball to the Cincinnati 49, and Rico coming off that 24-yard punt will try and pin the Broncos in deep with Mims waiting for it.
I'm glad you're here, AS. I appreciate when you are. That's all right. If you want to do Ninja, brother, we don't mind. Another delay a game. Good Lord.
I mean, yes, you don't have Joe Burrow, but this is the stuff you can control. This goes into coaching and getting a little bit more jump to their step. This is not a good look for the Bengals here in this first half.
It's not, and Joe Burrow does not play on the punt team. So
very good point. Rico.
Here's the punt. It's going to go into the end zone.
yes, sir.
Hey, I know that like Ohio's in the middle of the country, and I don't know if you're on the left side or the right side, but your team does know you have to go forward, right?
Yeah. I don't think they do.
Okay, I think they're following my lead from yesterday watching our team, so I don't know. Okay, just checking. Bye. Just making sure his team knows they have to go forward. Tamia Parker, welcome in. Bucket Boys, welcome in. What do I think of the Tyreek injury? Looks ugly. Looks ugly.
You gave yourself a flu vaccine?
At your house?
It's getting hot in here.
You do what at home?
Got to turn on the AC again. Appreciate everybody coming in. Welcome in, Bucket Boys. Welcome in, Tamia. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Trying to get up to that 100 like point. For some reason with sports, you hit 100 likes, it really helps the stream. So Help us out if you could. We greatly, greatly appreciate it.
If you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components, eggs, or to other flu vaccines, do not give flu mist to children or adolescents taking aspirin therapy. Tell your healthcare provider about all your medical conditions.
I've also noticed we get over that 100 like mark, then we don't get as many bots coming in, it looks like. They kind of slow up a little bit. Fido, what's up?
Get flu protection without the injection. Order at flumist.com.
French toast nibblers or breakfast nachos?
Good to see you.
Not only because I want to beat the traffic. But for the sleepovers the next day, I was going to throw the games on. You're a Notre Dame guy. I'm from Texas. Winners never compromise. What? Yeah. I mean, how can you call yourself a sports fan without Xfinity? With that multi-view? The best college and pro games all in one place? I'm not going anywhere. You ever try pancakes and guac? You're about to.
99 people. Come on, YouTube. Put us over 100 people watching. Let's go. Tube of you. Let's go. 7-3 game, 11:52 here. Left in the second.
A lot of time left in this.
10.
Broncos leading.
First down and 10, Denver.
And he has a rushing touchdown, that 6-yard carry for the only touchdown of the night.
Quick out, complete. That's a gain of 10 yards and a first down. Nice catch. Is that Sutland? No, it's Mims. Mims on the catch.
Hurt themselves with 3 turnovers, so down 2 scores, 4th and 1. This play is blown up and has no chance. Check that. Justin Fields reverses course and makes everything happen on his own. Cuts inside of the 20, cuts back outside of the 10, in for the score. Dolphins down the other side of the field, trying to add to their 7-point lead. Back to you in Mile High.
Play action. Look at the throw. Pressure coming. Rolls to the right. Throws underneath. They're saying out of bounds. He caught it out of bounds. Incomplete. Wide open, and he missed it.
Would have been not a big gain, but it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, just lost.
He'd have rather had positive yards on that. That's for sure. Yep. Dun. Got to go in bounds. You're wide open. You got to go in bounds. Shotgun, dumps it underneath. Got him again. Troutman again. He'll get a gain of about 6 there. 3rd and 4 coming up.
Forced him out, so 3rd down coming up. Yeah, they're getting the ball to Troutman. They've not gotten the ball to Evan Ingram, who is in the lineup tonight. He did not play last week. He was limited somewhat week 1 when he injured his calf, and then week 2 he injured his back. Missed last week, but he was a guy who was brought in here to really elevate that type.
3rd down and 4. 3rd and 4. Ball at the 37. Their own 37. Flag on the play. Caught. First down. Sutton, he's down the sideline a little bit. But is it going to count?
It looks like this is an offside against Cincinnati.
Offsides against Cincinnati. That play will count.
That's Miles Murphy, who's been coming on a little bit. And boy, do the Cincinnati Bengals need him to come on more than a little bit. First round.
Miami driving in the other game, by the way, everybody.
They brought the blitz, which is something Al Golden has not shown really much of at all in the first 3 weeks, and had not tonight either. But they brought 6. They were one-on-one on the outside, but Murphy, they get him for
first down and 10. First down and 10. Ball at the 44, Cincinnati. Look at the throw. He's got a lot of time. Caught? No. Right through the hands of the receiver. He had him wide open. That should have been a touch. Blew that one.
It's so good and it's so well designed by Sean Payton. You're going to run one guy through the middle. You're going to clear out. And then you've got R.J. Harvey who's coming in behind that.
Jeez, the whiz.
And there's a chance he scores if he's able to catch this ball just a little bit off his fingertips. Looks like he throttled it down a little bit. I don't think it was as errant a throw as what it looked like. I think Harvey kind of threw him.
Handoff, off tackle. Harvey on the carry. 3rd and 4 coming up. 3rd down and 4 coming up.
What led to the incompletion? And we saw it last week. You see it every week. When you don't hit those, those are scoring opportunities, and oftentimes those are the difference in ball games, and they certainly were last week.
Come on, there we go.
Bo Nix led rookies in all the major categories at quarterback last year.
Bo Nix ready to go here.
Broncos off to a 1-2 start.
3rd down and 4. 3rd and 4. Nix throws. Caught. 1st down. Sutland down the sideline he goes. Tackled inside the 20. Bound. It looked like the 15. We got an injured Bengal on the play.
But that's the element of Bo Nix and him being able to keep this play alive. They motion Sutton across. They don't show a lot of motions or shifts in this offense. But with no one going over to him, Bo Nix knew he had zone coverage. With pressure, he gets up in the pocket. Cortland Sutton does a good job of just continuing.
That's a nice run, but with after the catch.
Applying the pressure. But there was a lot of Bo Nix converting that play. Now the concern is who's down for the Cincinnati Bengals.
I'm going to turn on this air real quick while we got an injury. Hit that like while I'm gone. Let's keep getting closer to 100. Miami just scored over there, 24-10.
Sets the Broncos up at the Cincinnati 16 with the 1st down. And we will check in with Lisa Salters. Lisa?
Yeah, Joe, last season, first time since his rookie year in 2018, and Sutton had the same quarterback making every start. So
hello, Dave's Disney Dreams. Welcome in.
Same quarterback and most of the same faces in the locker room. He said it just allows you to build instead of having to start from scratch every year. He said everyone pretty much started this season on the same page already because they had talked through details and situations last year. So this year, meetings flow better, practices flow better because they've already had these conversations.
Yeah, and they say he took a little less on his extension, signed a bigger extension in July.
Handoff on end around. Touchdown, Mims. Touchdown, Broncos. Welcome in, Ryan Rowe. Good to see you, buddy.
Great blocking, well set up, and Mims takes it in.
Yeah, Pat Bryant makes an outstanding block on the edge right there that frees Marvin Mims, and Marvin Mims go over there and shake his hand and say thank you.
And it's 14-3.
14-3 after that.
Marvin Mims turned on the Jets, stayed 8 rounds.
Nice run by Denver there.
A man on a mission to be the greatest fighter in the world, or will all of his hopes and dreams come crashing down? Are you ready?
What is this rock movie? Marvin Kerr, whatever. I don't know much about it. Keith Winter, hello. Welcome in.
Iconic moments don't just happen. Every highlight you see, there's thousands of hours of work you don't. But you put in the work and bet on yourself. You create an impact. It isn't just seen on the stat sheet. It's filmed throughout the world. Great moments that don't never ball over everything. Rated E for everyone.
Hey, we got a hundo watching. There you go. There we go.
Imagine what our kids would look like.
I don't want to have kids with you.
6 kids. Big 6.
Wait, we eat beer every meal?
Yes.
All right, I'm down. Big 6 meal for 2 for $19.99.
This right here is ENvsDEN. This is the sports book that gives fans the tools they need, like stats at your fingertips while you bet. Just the thing to line up that perfect parlay. One expert picks. Oh yeah, we got those too. That guy's got some good points. Whatever kind of fan you are, ESPN.
All right, waiting on the commercial here.
You need to bet smarter and score more from the game. ESPN Bet, sportsbook for sports fans. And right now, get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 bet. Are you ready? Yes.
Come on, baby.
I know what I'm doing, right? Betting machine laid out the tickets now.
Patty Nielsen, hello. Welcome in. Great to see you here tonight.
Take another look at this last play by Pat Bryant. He reads that Geno Stone is the support safety, and he comes flat and makes the block. There's a lot of guys in this league that have been playing for 4, 5, 6 years that don't understand angles, and he doesn't score. Mims does not score. Pat Bryant doesn't see the support.
Thank you, Patty Nielsen. $10 super chat. Miss Patty Nielsen, always supportive. Thank you, Patty. Appreciate you and your support. Thank you for blessing me and Preston and our channel so much. Here's a return by Jones out to the 25. 28 to be stopped right there. Thank you, everybody, for acknowledging Patty. I appreciate it. We got a flag on the play, of course.
The call is against Cincinnati, so they just keep digging the hole even deeper for Jake Browning. I'm going to say the quote.
Holding on the receiving team. Absolutely, Miss Patty. Absolutely.
The quote by Pat Bryant was, "My motto was always, you block, you get the rock." So my main focus was just using my physicality both in the pass game as well as the run game. It caught Sean Payton's eye. It's one of the reasons why they, as you said, drafted him out of Illinois in the 3rd round, and he just showed it right there.
All right, here they are coming up to the line.
Asked him about him, why he was so effusive in his praise, and he was talking more about him as a receiver and all the great things he's doing. We see Zach Taylor, he's not happy with the call against him. He's obviously, but he's arguing with the official. But when you block like that, you're going to see more playing time for sure. Chase Brown in the backfield. Pistol formation.
Play action. Browning, nice throw. Incomplete. Just a little too far.
Zach Taylor was upset with that call on the kick return. And the call was here against Tyson Anderson.
Yeah, so there you do see he grabs the back of the neck, precludes him from being able to go after the runner. Good call to hold him.
Cincinnati not helping Browning. That's 8 penalties, 7 accepted, and a couple of bad punts on top of it. Not good. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Cincinnati. Browning down the other sideline, incomplete. He's throwing a nice ball. He's just leading too far.
Jamar Chase across the formation, and Pat Surtain goes with it. And so when that happens, now he's reading this guy. And once he knows he's got man-to-man, and he's going to take the guy on top. So it all gets cleaned up for Jake Browning. And tonight, he has seen one-on-one coverage. He has known exactly where he's going with the football. And they like that matchup. There's not a lot of teams that come to Denver and like the matchup against these corners. But Cincinnati, with their two.
3rd down and 10. 3rd down and 10. Pressure coming. About to get hit. Runs out to his right. We got flags down. Throws it away.
Pressure by Jonathan Cooper. And it's against Cincinnati again.
Over. Officer 71.
That's
Holding penalty is going to be declined.
Marius Mims guilty of a hold. Well, they got Samaje Perine to his side to try to give him some help here. And he's waiting to give him the chip. Now, Browning leaves the pocket a little bit early. He's got time. He can just step up in the pocket and try to find someone that way. But once you leave, you know, there's really not much the tackle can do for you. And he grabs and they get the ball. 3 incompletions in just a 24-second possession by the Bengals.
Here's the punt. Boom, gets it off.
His best by far.
All the way back to the 20. Collected there. Gets out to about the 29.
Special team steps up. 69-yard punt.
69-yard punt. That had a little bit behind it.
It's about you. When does it start? With a flight time that works for you and him. Where does the story take place? Destinations far, far, far away. Or ones you used to call
God, the bots. It's just crazy.
There's no fee to change your flight. Where should we go next? Well, that's up to you. Because when we built the world's biggest airline, we built it around you.
Broncos have a couple of rushing touchdowns. I know it caught your attention, Troy, when Al Gold, who is now back as the defensive coordinator for the Bengals, talked about how it's changed his mentality calling the defense because Burrow is out. Instead of playing to avoid the big play, he knew he was going to have a lot of points on offense to play with. But they don't have that now without Joe Burrow, so he's got to come out.
First down and 10. First and 10. Play action. Underneath on a tight end screen, and we got flags down everywhere.
And Nate Atkins.
Seems like we got that in every game right now. All the games with flags.
Would be an ineligible man downfield.
Al.
There's actually 2 flags down. There's one on the near side, one on the far side. So
Multiple flags down.
Sift through downfield offense over 60. I put on team to decline, second down. So because of that play by Hill, they declined the penalty.
To follow up on Al Golden, for the first 3 weeks, they blitzed less than any defense I had ever remembered getting ready for. As you take a look at it, for the first 3 games since 2006, so that's changed as they go forward. As you said, Joe, he's just going to have to apply a little more pressure.
Here's Harvey. Another flag is down.
Another flag down.
And Alex Moore will give us the call. The blitz, Cincinnati has 3 times tonight, 8 times total.
Waiting on the call with the flag here. Hendricks hands it to face. 15 yards, automatic first down.
So another one against the Bengals, and this one against Trey Hendrickson. For that, right there.
Yeah. Hands to the face. Yeah. So last year, Joe, as good as the offense was for Cincinnati, the defense, really, their job was to just not give up.
First down and 10. First down and 10.
Just pretty much average, and they got better as the season went along, and that was the focus for Al Golden coming in, much different from what he did as defensive coordinator at Notre Dame. But it's all hands on deck now with Burrow sideline.
Handoff, off tackle right, now bouncing back to the left. Dobbins, nice run, gain of 8. They're going to give him 9. Second down and 1.
Make this move behind the line of scrimmage and then make anything positive out of it at this league. You see it in college, but in the NFL, it's really hard with the speed of these defensive players. J.K. Dobbins, when he's healthy, he's as good as there is. For his career, he's averaged over 5 yards a carry. He's highly productive, but you just hold your breath every time he gets the ball with his injury history.
He's torn his ACL.
Handoff up the middle. Big run. Ran into his own teammate, or that would have been a lot longer. First down.
And with a gain of 12.
It's just such good patience. It's a fine line between patience and then not getting there fast enough. And as he comes up to the line of scrimmage and gets the ball, he's trying to find his hole, and he bounces it then all the way outside the tackle. And then Palczewski, the extra offensive line, he gets a face mask right in his back.
And they stay with that personnel as Palczewski.
Shotgun formation, single back set. Dobbins, another big run. Inside the 25 to the 23. Wow. I slept a little bit, not as much as I'd have liked. Holding, that's coming back.
Sean Payton, Troy, has called 4 straight runs. So he's trying to get that ground game going. It looks good, but a hold brings this one back. Yeah, he gets Mike Pennell, the defensive tackle. But once a running back, you're going to see him right in the middle. Luke Wattenberg, the center, he's holding up. Everything's good right there. But as soon as Dobinson makes his move, there's the hold that they called on him. But, an experienced play caller like Sean Payton, when you get a back running.
First down and 19. First and 19.
And the offensive line, they feed off of that also.
Dumps it out. Running back screen. Harvey got leveled. He only got a couple.
Hill delivered that hit, a gain of 2, and Demetrius Knight back in the game was in on that stop. Let's go down to Lisa.
Yeah, Joe, just getting back to J.K. Dobbins, really wants to be that first Bronco player to get 100 yards in the Sean Payton era. Like Troy said, coming off those 2 major injuries that derailed his career in Baltimore, Dobbins said this offseason was the first one that he could concentrate on just getting stronger and faster, not rehabbing. So even though he came back last year with the Chargers, that this season he feels even better. Another year removed from the Achilles injury, he wants that 100-yard game.
Shotgun, looking to throw. Caught. Franklin, big first down. That was a 20-yard play. What a pretty pass.
For 24 yards. They had a couple opportunities to get it to Franklin. They're going to a hurry up, but he also had Mims on an even bigger play if he had seen him.
Handoff, Harvey up the middle. Down to the 16.
TJ Slayton making the stop, a gain of 7. Well, that's kind of a nice 1-2 punch when you're able to bring in R.J. Harvey. And you talked about his size, Joe, at 5'9", 206. He's not obviously all that tall, but he's built a lot like Emmitt Smith. He's a little lower to the ground, but he's powerful, and he can make people miss. Second down and 3.
Second down and 3. Quick out. First down on the catch.
For this Denver offense that came in talking about trying to find a rhythm, trying to learn their identity. Sean Payton saying that's going to come.
They are finding some rhythm.
Here in the second quarter, it's looking like that. I like the play call. They had the penalty once they got Dobbins going, and that set them back a little bit, but they were able to recreate that momentum that they had, and they're changing up the tempo a little bit too, which is all part of offensive football. They went to hurry up a couple plays ago. Now they kind of settled it back down.
First down and 10. They're probably going to run here. Play action. Rolls to his left. Throws underneath. It's going to be out at the 6-yard line.
They're going to say he was out of bounds. So Ingram was open, and I think that second foot came down out of bounds. It's incomplete. This ball's got to be thrown now. He's too late. There's nothing beyond Ingram. He's holding it, waiting. Now, Ingram's got to kind of know where he is as well. But, you see his left foot coming out of bounds. But if he gets the ball to him right away, Ingram's got a chance to catch the ball and run with it, and they score.
Second down and 10. Nix rolls, throws underneath. Out of bounds at like the 2.
And a gain of, let's say, 8 or 9. It brings up third down and short. Well, for Bo Nix, and he can throw from the pocket. I'm not suggesting that at all. But I do think his comfort level is when he's able to get outside the pocket. So we're seeing that now. Him going to his left, come back the opposite way. So it's a big down right here. Third down and 1. And now Nix splits out with Harvey in the backfield.
Direct snap to Harvey. Can't get it. Knocked down at the 2. Fourth down. Offense going to stay on the field.
That's such a great job by Cincinnati Geno Stone takes it away. We're going for it here on 4th down. I would expect some play action. We could hit the 2-minute warning before the play.
2-minute warning.
First charge time of the half, Cincinnati.
Oh, Cincinnati takes a TO. Smart play.
We'll go back to that tackle.
Smart play. He stops the clock.
Received the touchdown. Well, Dax Hill, Geno Stone's the one who gets Harvey out of where he was supposed to take the football, but Dax Hill, but he saves the touchdown because if Harvey with his speed, it sure looked like he was going to be able to get to the edge and to the pylon. Dax Hill looked like he wasn't going to be able to get there. He lays out. I really like him, watching him get ready for this game. But you're seeing Geno Stone as he comes up. I believe he's right here. He hits it, and he takes it away and causes Harvey to bounce it. And, yeah, he's going to get to the pylon. Was the big down, obviously. It's 4th down.
Here we go. 4th and 1.
The second half. Mix under center.
Play action. Intercepted. Intercepted in the end zone.
And with that interception, he just saved about 19, maybe 18 yards. That ball will go out to the 20, and that is exactly what the...
That's a huge play for the Bengals. That ball is going to go all the way out to the 20.
His first career kick. Did he catch him? No. He looked like he did. Either way, it's a stop on 4th down. It's Cincinnati.
Yeah, he held on to it. He held on to it.
With composure, because everything you do behind the scenes sets the stage for their dead. You are a fighter. This is Jordan Woodward. Medell, a remarkable fighter.
What I have uncovered is insane. Hidden tunnels, some freaky stuff.
Freaky stuff.
I don't know how it all connects, but until I do.
Make sure you vote in the poll. Yeah. Make sure you vote in the poll.
That's the lowdown. Don't die. Don't get killed.
Only Tuesdays on FX. Stream on Hulu.
Can't believe he threw an interception.
Wait, there's a peanut?
Good defense by Bengals on that last one.
M&M's. It's more fun together.
Michelin innovates on the road and far beyond. With airless tires designed for exploring new frontiers. Michelin motion.
Bum, bum, bum.
The #1 tackle of the week is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. When you use Head & Shoulders, you keep danger-causing microbes at bay. With a 4-point lead over the Titans in the 4th quarter, Rams linebacker Brian Young made a critical sack fumble that LA's Nate Landman recovered. Quarterback Matthew Stafford converted the turnover into a touchdown pass, and the Rams went on to beat the Titans. Head & Shoulders, tackle dandruff every wash.
They took a look at it, said the interception will stand. That ball came close to hitting the ground.
It was close, but he held on to it.
Demetrius Knight. And the interception brings the ball back out to the 20. Well, you see Demetrius Knight, but when you roll out the quarterback and everyone running that way, you know, everyone's just running in unison. And Nick's just trying to make a play. Really good tax by Demetrius Knight. Here's Chase Brown. Cincinnati has 2 timeouts and just under 2 to go.
Just under 2. They're averaging here. I'm reading. They're average. The Roads aren't. They're struggling.
Jets and Dolphins highlights and Boomer's fastest minute. 2nd and 6.
Shotgun, go to throw. Takes off running. He's not going to get the first down. Third down and short coming up.
The timeout down there on fourth down was because they had 12 men on the field. So if they called it just before the official was about to throw the flag, and if they had not called timeout, it would have been a new set of downs on the 1 yard line for the Denver Broncos. So a good job by the staff of getting the timeout called and then being able to save the touchdown.
Third down and 3. Third down and 3.
4 straight third down stops. Third down and 3. Play clock at 3. Pressure on the end.
Pressure coming. They got to him. Sack.
Cooper and Benito met at the quarterback, and it's fourth down and a Denver timeout. Well,
Denver timeout now.
The speed that he comes off the line of scrimmage, you can see that he's already moving. He was not off sides. He is already moving before Mims is even coming out of his stance. That's just an outstanding job anticipating the clock, seeing the play clock running down, knowing the ball has to be snapped. You don't want to give these edge rushers for Denver any advantage whatsoever. Jonathan Cooper, who's not just a 7th-round pick, but for the Broncos, this predates Sean Payton, their 2nd pick in the 7th round. And they really
Here comes the punt.
15th play from Ohio State. We go to punt. Mims waiting for it. It is on high. On the 16, Marvin Mims. Gets some blocking, crosses the 20, and that's it. And just a 5-yard return. As I said, the Allstate halftime is coming up with SVP Ryan Clark, Jason Kelsey. They'll have their takeaways from our game, and then Jets and Dolphins highlights. Boomer's fastest minute. They'll have an update on the injury with Tyreek Hill. Going back to that play by Demetrius Knight.
All right, here we go. Denver with the ball.
Denver has a chance to extend the lead, go in 21-3 at halftime, and get the ball to start the second half. And it's a big
109 on the clock.
Obviously, still plenty of time. But, Nix, he's just got to be smart with the football. Make sure he's got it if he's taking any chances.
Shotgun, looking to throw. Underneath, caught. Ingram got a couple of the 21.
Under a minute to go. Troy's got the one timeout.
Shotgun throws. Caught. Flag on the play. Tackled immediately. Franklin caught the ball, but flags everywhere.
After a 10-yard completion. From what I can tell, well, there's a couple flags.
Oh, that sucks.
This night, the rookie. Defense number 44.
Defensive holding, penalties decline. Oh, that's painful.
Cincinnati defense. The last time, it was just moments ago, Sean Payton's offense went 13 plays over 6 minutes. Now you're in the 2-minute. You're at altitude. They're doing hurry-up offense. This is going to be a
shotgun. Go to throw. Underneath. Dropped. Dropped.
Well, the other part of this is, from Denver's perspective is, gosh, you had so much momentum. We were talking about how efficient they were offensively, the way Sean Payton was calling it. They really had Cincinnati on their heels and all the momentum in the world here in this first half, and they just gave it away. And now they're hoping they can get a big chunk. Here we get the chance to come up with some points.
Shotgun going to throw with a run. Incomplete. Overthrew his man. 3rd and 10.
His career long is 60. That means getting it to the 42-yard line. And again, like we talked about last week, it doesn't take much in today's NFL to get the ball to midfield and start thinking about trying to launch one. But right now it's 3rd down and 10 with 33 seconds.
3rd down and 10. 3rd down and 10.
Over the first month of the season, and And how much special teams has been a deciding factor in so many of these games.
3rd down and 10. Bengals have 2 timeouts.
Throws. Oh, what a catch. Mims, what a throw and catch. That was an impressive throw.
It's a great throw and really good job up front. You got to control Trey Hendrickson down here. And so they put a tight end over to his side, kind of help give a little bit of a chip. And McGlinchey, he does an excellent job keeping him under control. And then here's the run at the top with Mims. Now he's getting help from the safety, Stone, at the top. But you got to drive this ball in that hole, and he does it perfectly. That's a great throw by Bo Nix.
Really good throw by Nix.
Into field goal range, albeit the outside edge of it for Will Lutz. Be a 57-yard try from this spot. They're on timeout.
It's a good job by Bo Nix and this offense just putting themselves in a position to possibly come away with some points and help, mitigate a little bit of the feelings of not coming away with that touchdown on the prior possession.
28-yard completion of Mims' longest play of the game.
1st down and 10. Dumps it underneath. Got his man. Out of bounds at the 29 and another 1st down.
I was going to say that with the time on the clock, there's still time for Nix to work the middle of the field. There still is actually now. There's 21 seconds. So he doesn't have to go to the sidelines with the ball. If they can dial something up, John Payton, that he likes, something going down the middle. So he'll be taken.
And now Hendrickson limped off the field. So
Hendrickson is hurt. Look at this throw. Call dropped.
It wasn't quite the middle of the field that I was referring to. I wanted to see something down the middle with a chance to score. So, take a look at Trey.
Super kick coming.
He'll afford to lose him. He's like last year. He's been their entire group.
2nd down and 10 when we go. 2nd down and 10.
You can see him trying to catch his breath on the sideline. 2nd down and 10. Flat on the ball.
That was good. We got whistles everywhere.
And this is another one against Cincinnati.
God, they got a lot of penalties tonight.
See if Osai was lined up offside.
Offside. Defense number 58. After an artistic line.
It'll be 3rd down and 2. Cincinnati's 8 penalties tonight are
3rd down and 2.
most in the first half in the last 15 plus years.
Well, you take one shot here, I think. If you like the matchup, if they give you a look, take a shot, see if you can't get it in the end zone. But I wouldn't risk throwing anything, keeping the ball in play.
Shotgun. End zone. Touchdown. Cortland Sutton. Wow.
Clap your hands!
And we saw a couple of good throwers from
Wow.
on that possession, and that one was sipped in there from 20 yards out.
The release by Sutton off the ball, he widens it, so he gets away from the safety. Nix is not worried about him beating Dax Hill. He's worried about beating the safety, Jordan Battle, with the football. But because of the release, he gives himself some distance away from Battle, and then you just got to drive it in there, which is what he did. And then Sutton used
That was impressive throwing. Extra points good. 21.
To control going to the ground.
for Cortland. That is again on third down. 4 of his 5 catches on third down tonight.
Wow.
For the touchdown. A couple different ways we can go. We're almost at halftime.
Almost at halftime.
Let's talk about the Broncos and Bo Nix. If they're trying to find a rhythm, trying to find an identity coming into this game, we've seen some flashes here tonight where it looks pretty darn good. Yeah, coming into this game, everybody's talking about what the identity is of this offense. Sean Payton having to answer a lot of those questions. There's some things that he's not going to be real happy about, the turnover down there in the red zone, but what a job by Bo Nix coming back and answering that and coming away with the touchdown. I mean, you're kind of caught there with the situation.
Well,
and that's you got to be smart with what you're.
Taylor Chicago, hello, welcome in.
How much time there is? Is there an opportunity? Keep it away from any defenders, and he threw an absolute bullet. Meanwhile, on the other side, Jamar Chase and that frustration for the Bengals. It has been an ugly half. 8 seconds remain, and that should be one more snap. Off we go. At halftime, Browning has not been helped out by the guys around him. Take a look at the night for Jamar Chase. Came into the game, and of course, he's going to be the focal point with an opportunity. There was one early in this game, and just an outstanding play by Brandon Jones. But here's the one where I thought he had a chance. He hit him in stride there, he probably scored.
So some highlight recaps right here. I can't imagine they're going to try to do too much here. Nope, they'll take a knee. It's halftime.
Total offense in this first half. Nailed down by Jake Browning. That'll do it for the first half. Let's send it down to Laura Rutledge with Zach Taylor.
All right, thanks, Joe. Zach, how would you assess the job of Jake Browning and your offense so far?
Well, we've hurt ourselves in penalties. Some unforced errors on offense. Pre-snap. Well, I mean, it's been some easy stuff that we got to do a better job of not shooting ourselves in the foot there.
You're going to see the Broncos get the ball coming out at the halftime. What do you want to see from your defense in the second half?
We got to get another turnover. We got to find a way to get on the quarterback. We got to find a way to
KK, welcome in.
The ball from downfield. We need some of the stuff up back there.
Thanks, Andy. Joe.
Laura, thank you. It's a 21-3 game. A frustrating start. This road game for the Cincinnati Bengals, who come in with a record of 2-1. Broncos trying to even their record at 2-2. All-State halftime.
All-State halftime with Chris Berman and everything.
I checked All-State first and saved hundreds on my car insurance.
Just got to wait through some commercials here. The other game, moving right along over there. They only got 8 minutes left in their game.
Checking All-State first was really smart. Not checking Vivo's gate, though. Not smart. But at least I checked All-State first and saved hundreds. Hook 'em.
All-State halftime.
Welcome to the All-State halftime. Denver with an opportunity to add to its lead before the half. They do not settle for 3. Fantastic mix to Sutton connection. Makes it 21-3 at the break. Alongside Ryan Falk and Jason Kelsey, I'm Scott Van Pelt. RC, this Denver team got down there close, didn't get points. It didn't look great all night, but how significant is that last sequence of events that Gleason touchdown?
I mean, it's huge because it's huge for Bo Nix. You throw the interception down in the red zone, and then you find a way once you get the football back to go back down and score. But Cincinnati Bengals
I'm going to be right back in 1 second.
In the last 6 quarters, they've been outscored 69-13. Like, you're not even playing like a professional outfit, and that's not just about the quarterback position. They have to find an answer somewhere.
Jason, I feel like the term clean operations become very popular in media circles these days. Theirs is rather muddy at the moment. They're just not doing basic things well, it appears, as Coach just said.
And of course, and they're killing themselves in penalties, and I think Cincinnati isn't working out for them. I mean, they lost the best player in the world on offense.
Exactly.
Their defense is not living up to it. And conversely, on the other side, we're seeing a pretty clean operation from the Broncos. Outside of the interception in the red zone, the game plan has been good. They've been really good in the run. They've been taking shots downfield. Play designs are being unique with the toss cracks and Marvin Mims end around. The 2-minute drill before the end of half. It's been a really good half for the Broncos offense.
Just like one team went to practice the whole week, and like really, the way they're executing, it looks like one team came prepared to play, another did not.
And they get the ball coming out of the locker room, so she has to double dip and really put this one to bed. All right, there are 2 games going on as we speak down in Miami. The significant news, Adam Schefter tweeting, is the fear is a dislocated knee for Tyreek Hill, who saw him leaving the field, and can imagine the emotions that he's feeling, and certainly Dolphin fans as well. One of their talented players, one of the most talented players in the game. But as they lose him, they say, welcome back to the NFL, Darren Waller. What an amazing story this is. Been out of the league for a period of time, and that's his 2nd touchdown of the night. This is a 4th down play. The Jets have been hurting themselves with turnovers. Here it looks like maybe a 4th down stop. And fellas, how much of this is on 7? How much was what he did?
Every single thing. Listen, that play was dead to rights. He reversed his field. It's all athleticism and speed to the end zone.
I mean, it truly was like being a little kid, just drawing it up and run around and let the best player be the best player. But right back come the Dolphins and A-Chain score.
It's a heck of a play by A-Chain and the designs from the Miami Dolphins. Mike McDaniel, the creativity has really worked out today. It's been fun to watch.
Well, it's not time to leave any on the shelf if you're him. All right, as we continue, what a wild week it's been in the NFL. The Sunday night game was a tie. Outside of that action, what's Boober got his eye on? The fastest minute is right around the corner.
You're watching the All-State halftime. All-State, you're in good hands.
At Burger King, you write the rules of value. New rule number 10, I mix and match my way. There's 7 tasty items, and I can get 2 for $5 or 3 for $7. That's all up to me. The $5 deal or $7 trio from Burger King Classics to Fan Faves. Choose your deal.
It is not the man who commands the field beneath the stadium lights who deserves our highest praise. It is those out of the arena. They are pillars of their community. They do not wait for the call. They step forward. They are protectors. So anyone quick to praise talent, never forget to honor character.
Welcome back to the All-State halftime.
Hey, it's Jimmy Kill and Guillermo. We're in Brooklyn all this week tonight with Ryan Reynolds, Josh Johnson, and music from Public Enemy.
You talking to me?
I'm talking to the audience. Throw it back to Scott Van Pelt.
Back to you, Scott Van Pelt. Forget about it.
Jimmy, Guillermo, thank you. Major League Baseball's postseason gets going Tuesday. We're proud to bring you every game of the wild card round. Tigers, Guardians, what a spirited battle they had in the Central. 1 Eastern on ESPN. Padres, Cubs, 3 Eastern right here on ABC. Red Sox and Yankees, always fun when they get together. That's 6 Eastern on ESPN. The nightcap, the Reds, who snuck in, and the Dodgers as well at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. All 4 game ones also available on ESPN Radio and the all-new ESPN app. Now for the fastest minute, it's the legend, Chris Murray.
All right, Scott, thank you. Doubleheader action means our hurry-up offense, the fastest minute. The last game, the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts started and finished, and they lost, was week 4 a year ago at Tampa Bay. It's been their kryptonite. You know what they decided? It's late September, and we really should be back in school. Here we go, 3-0 Philly and 3-0 Tampa Bay, and in the heat, Hurts and Dallas Goddard having fun early with the flip, and then you don't like the tush push, we're not going to run it. Saquon Barkley for the touchdown. Eagles win on the road 31-25. Bills come in undefeated, but the Saints giving them all they can handle midway through the fourth. Only a 2-point lead. Josh Allen, Rumble, 27 yards, and one of the 2 touchdown passes hit the goal to Kincaid. Buffalo's won 13 straight at home. Jackson Clark, athlete named George, near the end zone. The rookie, 1 start, 1 win for Brian Daboll. Chargers first loss. Travis Etienne and the Jags had a surprise for 3-0 San Francisco. He scored a touchdown. The Jags scored 4 turnovers, 13 already this year. Both teams 3-1. Matthew Stafford, here comes the train. 2-2 out there with an 88-yard touchdown for the Rams to beat the Colts. The longest touchdown pass in Stafford's career.
The loser, the Ravens and Chiefs, 1-3. That's right. Patrick Mahomes, Hollywood Brown, made sure it wasn't them. Chiefs are 2-2. Scotty?
Well, thank you. Knicks to Sutton right before the end of the first half makes it 21.
4 minutes left. 4 minutes left.
The second half from Mile High. Thank you.
4 minutes. Dave Averino, welcome in.
Jimmy, I need a new car. How much?
Tough when you got blowout games here. Both games on Monday Night Football, blowout games. I had a feeling the Jets would be like a 10 to 15 point game, which is why I chose this game. But then the quarterback got hurt. What are you going to do? Joe Burrow's here. I think it's a different game, obviously. More competitive, at least.
Forged in fire. We have a major storm heading towards Nashville. 911, what's your emergency?
What show is this? Oh, that 911 show. Must do pretty good because they're constantly promoting that 911 show, Rescue 911 or whatever. Not strong. I'll be your friend. 3 minutes. I'm not. Good song. Dun, dun, dun. How you like me now?
A Chewy order is on the way for Jaws, who never lets go of what he loves. At least not until Dad gets on Chewy and gets him something new to love. Delivered fast.
Sorry, just kind of looking through here real quick.
Live his best life. One mouthful at a time.
What is this?
For low prices and fast shipping for life with pets, there's Chewy.
Well, you Heismans are a little far from the house.
Sharon Foz. What seems to be the problem?
I bet you it's the horse driving the car thing. Bingo, Barry. Can he even see? Not a lick. Out of the car. Here we go. Dispatch, I got a horse behind the wheel. What?
2025 World Series odds. Oof. Phillies are picked. Phillies and the Mariners. Wow. Over the Dodgers. Yankees way down the bottom. Wow. Oh, these bots, man. I'm sorry about this. I wish I had more control over these bots.
Unfortunately, I didn't check to see if anyone was watching before I stole cotton candy from a child. Checking Allstate first was really smart. Not checking the Jumbotron. Not smart. Well, at least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds. Was it worth it? Yeah.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of all rights. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Second half, get ready to start.
Highlights are presented.
They're doing the first half highlights.
He's going to flow one spin and grab into the place that T. Higgins makes. Hicks wants it on the ground. Touchdown Denver. Hicks himself stuck. Touchdown Denver. What a catch. And then Sutton uses his big body perfectly.
Dun, 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 dun.
Target. That last touchdown, a thing of beauty to Cortland Sutton, and away we go. Getting ready to start the second half. This is just the second quarter alone. How it was dominated by Denver. And add one more stat. In that second quarter, Cincinnati committed 10
penalties.
10 penalties on Cincinnati in the first half. That's ridiculous.
Flags at halftime. This is always. Oh boy, that's a, Russell brings that every week. Little Gallagher action. Got a splash of water. Got props. A splash of water. That's it. Let's get off this for. Go down there. There's a lot to talk about here. We can save some of this for when Cincinnati gets back on offense, but that was a first half. Just a clinic of everything you can't do to try to win a game.
Here we go. Denver getting the ball to start the half. Cincinnati's got to find a way to stop them here. Taking it to 5, 10, 15, 20. Denver to the 25. Denver to the 30.
Hey, Joe, Sean Payton just said he really likes the way his defense is playing, but offensively, he said that
Denver to the 30.
converting on third down, and he said that's because they're getting the balance that he talked about at the beginning of the game. Their first and second down efficiency has been good. I asked him what he liked about the way Bo Nix responded after throwing that pick down there at the 1 yard line. He said he's coming out throwing the ball. He's always going to do that, and that's what I love.
Bo Nix coming out. Dobbins to his left, shotgun formation. Quick out, caught, Sutton. Correction, Mims. Mims has got 19, I forgot. Sutton's 14. Mims on the connection. Second down and 2, gain of 8. Gain of 8.
Well, it was, yes. And that's why after a game like last week, he's going to say, hey, it's 50th on my list as far as connecting on the deep ball. I mean, he knows that it's got to be better, and it has been a lot better. But to Lisa's point, the big thing is the third downs. They've converted them this week because they're not third and long. Their average third down distance.
Second down and 2. Second and 2. Handoff up the middle. Dobbins got a first down. Out to the 43.
I don't think that in this league in general, we're so quick, more now than ever, to determine whether these guys are franchise guys. He's still a young player in this league, and he had a phenomenal rookie season. And I know that Sean went all in this offseason talking about how he would be a top.
Dawid, what's up? Sub it up. I thought I did the first show, but good to see you. Good to see you, buddy. Welcome back. Shotgun rolls to his right, tipped. Incomplete. Second and 10. Appreciate you. Sometimes YouTube can knock you off, too. I mean, we've had people tell us that. D-Man, what's up, brother? Long time no see. Good to see you.
Last year, he took the Broncos to their first playoff game since Peyton Manning hung it up after 2015 in Super Bowl 50. And the one thing you learn is, like after last week's game, for instance, all his teammates came and rallied behind him. I mean, they all defended him in the press, and it's obvious that he's highly respected in that locker room. And that's the big
play action, going to pull it back himself. Nix will get a couple yards, not much. Third down and about 8. Third down and about 8.
In the end zone, and then with the clock working against that to end the half, to be able to make that throw that he made to Cortland Sutton, those are the plays that excite Broncos fans. It's what Sean Payton sees, and there's no reason why they shouldn't be high on him. He's been a good player. He's an old soul 25-year-old. He's the son of a coach. His dad, Patrick, played quarterback at Auburn. He had a long college career.
Shotgun, looking to throw. Pressure coming, going to run to his left. Throws down the field. Not there. Nothing there. Fourth down, Denver going to have to punt.
He's a top 4 or 5 quarterback in the NFL. That adds absolutely zero pressure.
Hey, McDonald's is bringing back Monopoly. I just saw that. Hello, Jessica Cruz. Welcome in. We got hurricanes off the East Coast. We got all kinds of stuff going on.
You
you want your head coach to believe in you. You want your organization to. It's why Baker Mayfield's done what he's done in Tampa Bay. He's playing for an organization that believes in him, and that's part of providing an environment for your quarterback.
Boom, there's a kick.
Line drive punt.
Real Goose, what's up? Big return to the 31.
Last year for Bo Nix. 29 touchdown passes, second most ever.
All right.
Justin Herbert, who had 31.
A lot of orange in the game, yeah. 12:35 in the third. Cincinnati getting the ball again. Cincinnati with the ball again.
No snake has set foot in Zootopia in forever.
If you want to find you a reptile, I am your gal. Just let me handle the locals. Hey, bub.
Hey, bub.
Hey, bub.
Hey, bub. Hey, bub.
Hey, bub. Bubby, bub.
Hey, bub. Hey, bub. Oh.
Seen a snake?
Nope.
Disney Zootopia 2.
Welcome back.
Zootopia 2.
I'm Justin Jefferson with my dude Jamar Chase, who's safest from Marshmallow Man. Nothing lucky about that catch. Now that's one tasty touchdown.
Boundaries are healthy. That's why I set my phone to do not disturb when I'm shopping at Kohl's. Silence your phone. Kohl's Friends and Family Sale is on. Save 20% on finds for you and your family. Plus, earn Kohl's cash at Kohl's.com.
Don't go in there. Don't go in there.
Is it over?
Pour the M&Ms into the bowl.
I can't believe they're allowed to show this on TV.
This is my favorite part.
M&M's. It's more fun together.
That's actually a pretty funny commercial. I'll take that one.
Decisions constantly.
Bread for the table?
Bread? What's my glucose? Do I have kids with me? Do I tell them about diabetes now? Omnipod 5 can help all of this. The only tubeless automated insulin delivery system on the market for people with type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Go to Omnipod.com for risk information and instructions for use. Consult your healthcare provider before starting on Omnipod. No more tubes. No more multiple daily injections. Life is simpler with Omnipod 5.
Oh, not the Bachelor stuff.
I feel like I'm a teenager again. I'm a spitting kid.
No, I'm telling you, Troy, that is a waxing crescent moon. That's 21-3. Let's go down to Laura.
Sure, it's not a waning gibbous. I'm just kidding. All right, Jake Browning has had a tough time in this game so far, and he's been dealing with a lot of issues with the communication and element of the play calls throughout the game, signaling that he can't. Here we're talking about the.
All right, here we go.
Time on the sideline going over.
12:35 left in the third. Bengals with the ball.
Also, Jamar Chase.
Short run, Brown.
Like he told us he would to keep his quarterback as positive as possible.
3-yard pickup Laura by Chase Brown. And yeah, I mean, that was your report coming in, Laura, about Jamar Chase trying to do everything he can to support Jake Browning. I mean, this is who they have, and this is where they are. And yes, the injury happened early, so maybe you get Joe Burrow back before the end of the year. Maybe somehow you trade water, but it is looking like a tall order right now here tonight and going forward for the Bengals.
Second down and 7. Second and 7. Handoff up the middle again. Pirine. Short gain.
Is really important for Cincinnati. It feels dire when you lose Joe Burrow, who is clearly one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL, and what he's able to do with the football. But this second half, they got to start.
Third down and 2. Third down and 2.
And they've not been able to get T. Higgins involved, Jamar Chase since that opening drive. But it starts right here. They've got to maintain possession of the ball and convert on third down. Here's the 3rd and 2. Nobody in the middle of the field.
3rd and 2. Oh, knockdown. What a play. 4th down. Incomplete pass.
Alex Singleton got through and delivered the hit. That time, Vance Joseph brought the house. Just for the second time tonight has Vance Joseph brought the blitz. They're trying to run a pickup top on Surtain, but there's just not time. With Cooper coming off the slot, here's the pick. They're trying to get a rub. Sertan actually plays it really well, but when you've got Cooper,
I don't think they're going to go for it on fourth down, though.
and you're throwing that way, that's the result. That is 6 straight third down stops for the Denver defense.
Here's the punt. Got it off.
Rico hits it. Mims with a fair catch.
Can you take that from him when he calls for a fair catch?
But he's going to have a chance to catch it. He bobbled it, and then it was taken away. So he calls for the fair catch, he bobbles it, and Jules just takes it away as he's trying to reroute. And they're going to throw a flag. Joe, on this one, once he calls for a fair catch, he bobbles it. He has to be given a reasonable opportunity.
Andrew, what's up, buddy? Yeah, playoff baseball tomorrow. Playoff baseball tomorrow.
Fair catch interference. 15-yard penalty from the spot on flag. First down.
That's kind of what anybody would do. Yeah, just I don't like to put the flag on. Give the ball back.
Give him the ball back, he said.
Look at gift Blanco in the mouth.
21-3. 11 minutes in the third. Still a lot of time left in this game.
Time to get to work. I'm an angel. I'm in charge of saving people from texting and driving.
You tell me I have a budget, guardian angel?
I switched your life.
You can't sleep here.
Just life. Well, I didn't know trash. I tried to show it well to would have solved his problems. It solved most of his problems. Good fortune. What a meeting with God. Dad! It's you! Rated R. The leaders.
Oops, it's not what I want to click. Too late.
Jeff Bridges moved in with Zoe Saldana, but mostly
Let's see what I got going on over here.
17 Pro. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us. Plus, save up to 20%. Check the app.
Can't win that one.
Is back. It's our most tender cuts of steak, grilled and seasoned with cumin.
Could win that one.
Finished with fresh lime and pan-chop cilantro.
Could win that one.
Garnish soda. This is our best steak ever.
3 more, so
You don't just want a cold.
I'll take it.
You want the cold.
I'll take it.
Cold filter, cold packaging, mountain cold professional. Coors Light.
Sorry, I was checking my fantasy, seeing how I was doing.
End up in this Vegas speakeasy with a story no one will believe. It began with ringside.
Yeah, vote in that poll. I'm going to end that poll in a little bit because it's unless something drastic here happens. This game's kind of out of hand. They're just going through the motions right now.
And help them open this door. Actually, a bookcase with a hostess named Jules and an epic spot. Make it a night where anything can happen. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
You give Morgan the other week puzzle, she won't stop thinking about it until it's solved.
I'm Morgan. I work with the cops. I see the world a little differently. Did you just try and chase after a sports car? This might be the best day of my life.
Woohoo!
The NFL and the American
Miami game's about to go final here, I believe.
early cancer detection can save lives. Don't wait. Visit NFL.com/crucial catch to find your local cancer screening resources and learn how to reduce your cancer risk. News today that hit everybody across the National Football League. Giants co-owner, team president, and CEO, and one of the true gentlemen and great people in this league, John Mara, revealed that he was recently diagnosed with cancer. He did not disclose the type of cancer in a statement and said he is fighting for a positive result.
That sucks. Prayers for him. All right, here we go. 1st and 10, Denver.
Absolutely. Thoughts and prayers are with him and everyone else who's in that battle. We've got his Giants. We got a win on Sunday over the previously unbeaten LA Chargers, Week 13 in Foxborough against the Patriots, who put up 42 points yesterday. Drake May playing great.
Shotgun, hands it off up the middle.
Nice.
Nice run again. Gain of 9 yards. Dobbins.
Jackson Dart certainly looked the part. The numbers won't.
Miami game is over. A fight's breaking out at the end of it, but the game's over.
stadium for a franchise that desperately needs it. What he did with his arm, good. What he did with his legs, impressive. He's tough. Yeah, they got a big win. You could feel that team.
Big win for Miami. I think they really needed it.
Watching it on television, it was something to see. There's no doubt going forward. This is his football team. Crushing news.
Handoff up the middle. Dobbins again. First down.
Torn ACL.
So let's go through and give the Dolphins a win.
A big weapon for the Giants and Jackson Dart, and he will not be available the rest of the season. First down carry here by Dobbins.
And give the Jets a loss.
Possession in this second half for Denver.
Go to throw. Flag on the play. Incomplete.
The indication is it's against Denver.
Offsides.
You can see Sean going, hey, offsides means that's defense, but he had Pat Bryant, the rookie, lined up in the neutral. Yeah, just sloppy. You know, it is a point of discussion as far
First down at 15. First and 15.
teams are preparing in the preseason and the starters and whether or not they're playing. And there he is right here. You just got to be back, and you know, it's just those just simply should not be happening at this level. He's a rookie, and he's done some good things. He made a key block on a touchdown. We're going to give him a pass on that one. 2nd and 10, final in Miami. Dolphins win their first of the year, beat the Jets.
Shotgun. Go to throw. Pressure coming. Got it. Caught. Out to the 35. Out to the 40. Out to the 45. Harvey after the catch. Nice yak.
This is a big part of it as well.
Gotta love when you got a good yak.
Make a block when you got a blitzer. As Jordan Battle's coming from the secondary, he does an excellent job, and Nix is able to feel that slide a little bit. But right now, Cincinnati, they've got to find a way to get off the field on 3rd down. I mean, it's Denver. They've had their way converting 3rd downs. 6 for 9.
Handoff off tackle. Dobbins, short gain, just shy of midfield, and a flag comes out late.
Nice carry, but will it stand? A 5-yard pickup. Personal foul. You leave the blindside block. Offense with assistance.
Blindside block. That'll knock it back a little bit.
Alex Kalcheski, who they bring in as an extra offensive lineman. He's been busy tonight, guilty of that blindside block. And here he is right here. Forceful contact with the shoulder going back toward his own line. That's a blindside block. I'm not going to keep my mouth shut. That's a good call. It's just not a necessary call, you know. I mean, boy, no opportunity.
Shotgun got to throw. First down and 25. Dobbins didn't get hardly anything on that. Maybe the Saints too. We'll see. There's going to be a bunch of them. He keeps his job for right now. He's absolutely right. I think if he'd have lost that game, I think they would have canned him. I really believe it. 2nd and 21.
Was she talking astronomy or astrology? Just a couple. Astronomy. Yeah, it's not my strong suit. But I am a Taurus. I love long walks and wintry beaches. Here is
dumps it underneath.
To find his way and get some yardage.
Short gain. 3rd down and about 14, 15. Ineligible player downfield. Bring it back again.
The product's just not very good. I'm going to be honest. Just not very good. I mean, this is ridiculous. Wattenberg, he's been called a few times tonight for some penalties. He's the center right in the middle. It's hard on those guys with the screens, and they're trying to time it out. And the ball's just a little bit late getting thrown, then they get...
Neil back in the house. What's up, brother? Shotgun, 3rd and 14. 3rd and 14. Screen again. Mims. He won't get anything there. 4th down, they're going to have to punt.
Gino better be careful. He might get a flag. Start throwing guys down like that.
I was worried myself.
I think everybody's a little bit frustrated. There's the end of that play by Stone.
Well, it's 4th down, and Jeremy Crawshaw, 6th-round pick from Florida, Australian-born, is at the punt.
Boom, gets it off. And into the end zone, touchback.
And this remains an 18-point game as it was at halftime. Red Rocks Amphitheater.
Same score we had at halftime right now. 6:20 left in the 3rd.
It's as good as it gets. Bengals ball down 18.
Going down the highway.
You want to put the heavier items on the bottom.
That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
With everything.
Latte for Jan?
We got a latte for Jan.
Remember, you don't book here.
Latte for Jan?
I think the chicken marsala. Ooh, I would not have that.
Julie.
J-N-N. Jan as in January.
Canned goods, OJ, root beer, then probably sandwich cookies.
Progressive can't prevent you from becoming your parents.
Some of these progressive commercials are pretty funny.
Could be Jan, I guess. Jan?
Good is good enough for some.
Some of them could be good.
Because you know there's nothing like traveling the world with the largest curated global hotel program and having a place to land with the largest global airport lounge network. Nothing like having dining benefits at over 10,000 fancy restaurants and having experiences you'll never forget. For a life like no other.
I don't know who that actress or whatever singer is, but I know who it's not.
It's time for a reset. McDonald's is putting value back on the menu. Extra value means a back only at McDonald's.
The NFL International Games roll on to life.
London, the Browns and Vikings on Sunday morning. I'll be here doing it. Hope you'll be over with me.
8 years ago, I blew my football career. Like he plays Russ, I'll play as someone else.
You were born for this.
He's crying. Oh, God.
Chad Powers. That's on Hulu now. I want to see that. Hulu on the Plus.
Emily Blunt, Spike Lee, Tom Hanks, Jeremy Allen White, Camille Nanjiani, Bruce Springsteen and more. Jimmy Kimmel Live from Brooklyn, all this week on ABC.
Hey, Bill, how you doing, buddy?
Bengals trying to make it a little closer down 18 as they were at half. Jamar Chase has been a non-factor in the game.
All right, here come the Bengals out on the 20.
Who had 4 first downs on their opening drive have just 2-6. Chase no catches on the last 4 possessions. Browning's got to find them.
Browning finds his tight end. Yosivach out near midfield. Big play for them. That's a gain of 22. Nice play.
Jalen Rivers, I said he's making the start at right guard. He does an outstanding job inside, just continuing to battle. And Browning, I mean, it's his 3rd read. And he's able to come all the way out to Yosivach, who runs a good route. There's a lot of space there in the middle. One of the best plays they've had all night.
Bengals' biggest gain of the night, 22 yards on an incompletion.
Quick out completes the chase right across midfield. Gain of 9.
Bengals receivers. Yeah, this just looks a lot different than what it did last December when these two teams met. And they've had some one-on-one looks, whether it's to T. Higgins or Jamar Chase, but they just really have not been able to connect on any of these.
Brown with a short run. That'll be a first down. Jessica wants Chase targeted some more.
That matchup was the one that everybody wanted to see. And Chase has run 9 routes against Surtain. He's been targeted once, 0 receptions. So just has not been a factor. He's obviously been frustrated, but Riley Moss on the other side, he's done a good job as well, matching up when he's been on T. Higgins.
Higgins, no catches since the first.
Just leaving the golf course. Nice.
A field goal, the only points of the night. On first down.
First down, looking to throw. Going to get hit. Flags on the play. Got to be holding. So many flags tonight.
And it is against Cincinnati.
Holding, officer 64.
Holding. Had to be from where it was thrown from.
It's against Ted Karras, the 10-year center out of Illinois for New England Patriots.
It's just penalty after penalty. They get a little something going, and they find themselves behind the chain.
That's the 5th penalty against the offensive line of Cincinnati. There have been 10 accepted penalties against the Bengals, 1st and 20 as a result.
Shotgun, going to throw. Pressure coming. He's down. Big sack. 2nd down and 27 coming up. Bonito got to him. You golfed earlier for your team. Cool.
And so now you get the inside pressure as well with the edge pressure. You know, Bonito, he's there. And then Jonah Ellis, who's having an outstanding start to his season, he was there also. So there was 3 guys meeting at the quarterback.
Second and forever after the holding called in the penalty, which followed that 22-yard completion to Gacy-Bosch.
Quick out to Brown. Nice completion.
The first man missed and now brought down at the 49 by Singleton, a gain of 10.
Brought down at the 49. Brown with a catch for 10.
There's nothing down the field at all. I mean, they just, you know that before you even get the snap from the center, before you got to go with the football. It just takes a lot of the decision making out of your hands when you're playing behind the chains, the way Cincinnati has been throughout this night.
3rd and 17.
Look at the throw, running for his life. Throws it away at the last second. 4th down. They're going to have to punt. Nowhere to go with the ball.
Told us JFM, as they call him, should have a nice day.
Well, you look at the coverage, there's 2 receivers there, and same thing on the opposite side. There was just nowhere to go with the football. You see everyone they're running underneath. They got safety help over the top. No separation anywhere. Running to try to hit somebody.
So stride for stride for Chase.
There's the punt.
Rico with a fair catch.
Just under 3 minutes in the 3rd.
7-5. And the Broncos get it back, still leading by 18 under 3 to go 3rd quarter. ESPN's presentation of the National Football League on ABC. Back after this, and a word from our ABC station.
Really feels like this game is going slow tonight.
$6 is all it takes to go to your happy place. Or your breakfast faves like pancakes, eggs, and bacon, or French toast with sausage and eggs are all just $6. The new value menu every day at
IHOP. I haven't been to IHOP in years.
The NFL season kicks off with Thursday Night Football starting at 8:15 p.m. Eastern on Prime Video. Stream games live on your mobile device with NFL Plus.
You work as the course marshal. Oh, cool. Very cool.
In our world,
It's go, go, go. And the all-electric Ford Mustang Mach-E SUV helps keep us on track.
Course Marshal.
Available cargo space. And with the convenience of available hands-free highway driving.
What is the weather supposed to be like? I ain't even look.
Lease a Mustang Mach-E for $249 a month. Federal tax credit ending, so lease before September 30th to secure a lower lease payment on Mustang Mach-E.
Yeah, make sure I get 35 because they ain't average.
Pretty clean, no rain.
Get 3 pieces of our crispy, juicy signature chicken for just $5. How's that?
Who's got my bye?
Here's to deserving more.
Hope you guys are having a good time tonight. I know it's not the greatest of games. Feel bad for Bengals fans. It's a tough year when your number one quarterback goes down and he's that good. He'll be back soon, next couple weeks. I had him on 2 of my fantasy teams too, so that didn't help me at all. Look at this sandwich. Thanksgiving sandwich. Where's this at? Turkey stuffing, cranberry sauce, Firehouse subs. I'm going to have to get a Firehouse sub at some point. Thanksgiving sub, yes. Next Monday night, Kansas City and Jacksonville. We'll see how that'll be.
He's now the fastest quarterback to get to 250 in his career in 116 games. Jacksonville, when we get a second, as you look at the numbers for both.
All right, here we go. Yeah, that's a good thing to do, Bill. Starting at the Denver 7. There's where they're starting.
Jacksonville 3-1. In fact, their only loss coming a couple weeks ago to Cincinnati Bengals. The defense for Jacksonville, 13 takeaways. They had 9 all of last year. Liam Cohen has got this team cooking right now. Got a win at San Francisco, and let's roll it back and watch Chase and Zach Taylor talk. Yeah, this was at the end of that third down play.
Chase and Zach Taylor going at it a little bit.
Zach Taylor was pleading to him about something, and probably got to find a way to get me the ball. It's usually, that's my experience.
Jamar Chase, give me the ball. Second down and 7. Play action. Caught. First down. Atkins, tight end. First down.
It is the first down for the Broncos. They had that foot injury, came back last week, and like we talked about, this tight end room that they have, Lucas Kroll, he's not up tonight. He led that room last year with just 19 receptions. So they're trying to get a little more production out of that room. That's one of the reasons why they signed up Ingram.
Oh, almost a bad snap. Wide receiver screen. Nice play. First down out to the 30. That was a smart play by Bo Nix right there.
Because they're coming off the slot here, and Nix, he abandons the play fake because he sees it immediately, so you get it out there to Troy Franklin, and there's nobody dropping down then to pick him up. It's good vision by Nix, recognizing.
Real nice play by Nix on that one.
Under a minute to go, third quarter. Here's Dobbins.
Dobbins, and 42 makes the tackle. They still got to run another play this quarter.
At least one more play here in quarter number 3. Zach Taylor got tired of hearing about slow starts. Approached the preseason differently. Played his starters. Got them ramped up. They got off to that 2-0 start. They lose Joe Burrow, but here they are in danger of falling back to 500. Now, 4 of their next 5 games are at home. And now they're not easy games. They're tough opponents, but that's something that he'll be talking about.
Timeout with 6 seconds on the clock.
With the Falcons on Sunday. Then they're at Green Bay and home against Pittsburgh.
Oh,
The Jets.
there's a good song. Talk it over. So many things that I want to say. I'll take a look at next week's games real quick while I'm sitting here.
Over to London. Face the Jets. Well, I think looking at this offense, I mean, they've done a lot of good things. And Sean Payton, I think he's called a good game, and he's put his team in a position to have success.
One play here, then we'll get a timeout again for the fourth quarter.
The numbers look good coming in, but they had big runs in each one of those three games that kind of inflated the numbers a little bit. They've been much more consistent running the football tonight.
Play action, going to throw again. Caught. Harvey out of the backfield, short gain, first down. They're going to start when we come back to fourth quarter with a first down. Oh, what do we have going next week? Take me home. You don't remember. Take me home.
Gary, used car shopping can't hurt you.
What if I overpay?
And I'll show you a better way.
Try to figure out some of these games next week. Let's see here.
Impact's price means you don't have to overpay. No fear.
Colts and the Raiders.
Whoa, it's the Capital One Bank guy. That's me. Can we get a selfie? Of course. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account. Ooh, that's a cute one.
So, what do you do outside the Capital One Cafe?
Baby?
Like when you go home.
Sleep tight. Don't let the overdraft fees bite. What's in your one?
Yeah, that guy's got issues.
How does Fresh Pet make healthy foods for dogs?
Some interesting games next week.
For people, harvest fresh, shipped and fresh, and crafted into recipes that are vet developed and protein packed. Because
That's dangerous.
Fresh healthy foods just like you. Fresh Pet.
Can the Saints finally win a game at home next week?
So much more than a great insurance company. They're also one of America's largest financial services companies, too. Just like I'm so much more than Peyton Manning. I'm also motivating Manning.
Motivating Manning.
So I can be a chef.
Sure can.
Marine biologist?
Follow your dreams.
NFL quarterback.
Kind of a niche skill set.
Buccaneers, Seahawks. That's a tough game. Chargers, Commanders. That's tough. I don't think the Patriots win. Jaguars and Chiefs is scary. Dun, 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 dun.
You can look at the proposed location of a new stadium for the Broncos, Burnham Yard. Less than a mile from the current stadium. I'm told it's south of here. Not spend much time in Burnham Yard, but we will, God willing. Targeted completion is for the 2031 season.
Wow, Broncos are getting a new stadium.
Lease and Power Field at Mile High. Project includes city and state support for public improvements with no new taxes, as well as private investment from the White Hunter family ownership group. Exciting
Handoff.
for the new stadium.
Solid run inside the 48. We got a flag down.
RJ Harvey, who's been used much more tonight than he had the previous two.
Offense number 60, 10-yard penalty. First round.
Luke Wattenberg has had a penalty-filled night.
He's had
Wow. Well, okay, there we go.
not the way that he wants to be. He's just, you can tell by the look on his face. He's like, man, I give me every time I turn around. I can't get away with anything.
You are right, RJ. Well, first of all, let me go back to the stadium. The shelf life on these stadiums just isn't what they once were. I don't know when they built this one. This is the 25th year of this one after Mile High Stadium. I remember when they were building AT&T Stadium in Dallas. I mentioned to Jared when he was giving me the tour, one day they're going to tear this thing down, and it was probably not the right time to make that comment. You understand that? I said,
Whistles, whistles, whistles.
5-yard penalty. Still first down. That is Luke Wattenberg again. We're seeing enough. Yeah. Keep showing the stuff. You said that to Jerry Jones. Well, just because they just imploded Texas Stadium, which is state of the art when they built that, and I said, man, as nice as this stadium's amazing. It's the nicest stadium I've ever been in. But to think that one day, not in our lifetime, but one day this will be torn down. It's a little sobering to say.
Shotgun, going to throw. Down the field he goes. Incomplete. Underthrew him. 2nd and 24 coming up.
Troy Franklin just could not make the catch. No, this is what we talked about a little bit earlier in the game with Bo Nix. You're going to see that if he just steps up in the pocket, he doesn't have to run up in the pocket. Just slide up and deliver a good ball, because Franklin, he's got everybody beat. You just lay it over to the left side of the field and let him go. And he got a little anxious. He saw it. He knew exactly what he had. That's still a ball that you expect Franklin to catch. It's a little underthrown, but definitely could have been caught. It's converted. A nice tackle by Demetrius Knight. But it is important because I mentioned it when we came into the game, Joe, that Sean Payton, he's going to create some opportunities for Nix and these receivers.
3rd down and 20. 3rd and 20.
Gosh, when you get that look and you rep those things in practice and it comes up the way you hope it will, I know that it's frustrating for everybody. Sean won't let on to it, I'm sure, after the game, but eventually they'll start hitting more of those than they missed. The numbers for Nix are good, but they could be better. 4 drops tonight.
Caught.
That was one by Franklin. Here's Ingram.
Ingram with the catch at the 45, but they're still going to have to punt.
In the offense, as he missed last week's game with that bad back, he gets 11 here. And for Ingram, that is catch number 4 on the night. I do think this Denver offense, they beat you with numbers. They don't have a Jamar Chase. They got Cortland Sutton, but they've got a lot of really good players. That if your third corner as good as their third receiver, if your fourth player better than their fourth player.
Here comes the punt. Andover ran it to 16.
Who's taking over returning punts? 40-yard punt. Jake Brannon back to the field. Still down 18. 12:47 left.
You can hear it. They can't get enough.
Springsteen. A movie about Springsteen, huh?
They believe in Bruce Springsteen. Let's burn this place down, John.
Springsteen delivered me from nowhere.
Oh, that looks good. I'd watch a Bruce Springsteen movie.
Yeah, he's following up the leads 23% faster.
Welcome in, Dave.
Great. So I can tell
Or welcome back in, I guess I should say.
No. I wish. But you can tell them Jeremy Stills is following up the leads 23% faster. Oh, Jeremy. Any business can use AI. IBM helps you use AI to change how you do business. Let's create smart business. IBM. Hey, your barber will be right with you. One barber? Hey, want to get some burgers after this? So in. Just the sides and the top, please. Oh, see, keep it tight. Dude, yours looks great. That's what we're talking about. Now I'm kind of feeling chicken. Can't wait to show my mom.
A dumb commercial. I want to thank the moderators for today. I want to thank Patty Nielsen for her super chat. That was very nice. Thank you, the members of our channel.
They selected no next 12th overall, had 29 pass touchdowns with led all rookies, second most all time. Broncos made the playoffs for the first time since 2015. This season hasn't started as strong coming in. Broncos lost 2 of their first 3. Hicks was averaging 178 as far as pass yards per game. But he's had a 300-yard game tonight and 4 drops on top of that. Could be much better.
All right, here we go. Cincinnati with the ball. 12:47 on the clock. Brown catch out to the 28. First down, Bengals.
275 yards in this game. That would be the biggest discrepancy in the season this year as far as yard differential, if it holds up. And the ball control just dominating by Denver. Well, it's been pretty inept. Last week they had 170 yards total offense. And that wasn't even their lowest total of the 3 games. They only had 140 yards total offense. Week 1 with Joe Burrow at quarterback. Here's a
drop by Chase, incomplete, 2nd and 10.
This is an offense that they've just not been able to get anything going this year. It's one thing to come off a game, but you take a look at what's happened tonight. The first drive, they looked really good and did a lot of good things and went down and decided to settle for the field goal instead of going for on 4th down. And since then, it has just been a mess. Bengals last 2 games, a combined score of
2nd down and 10. 2nd and 10.
48-10 last week in Minnesota, and they're right on their season average for rush yards in the game.
He's going down, sacked again. Wow.
That's his 2nd of the year. That's the interior pass rush that I talked about. The edge
3rd down and long. 3rd down and 16 coming up. Just held the ball too long. I guess nobody was open.
And I mentioned how much Vance Joseph likes the blitz and how effective they are. They get to the quarterback as well as any other team when they only rush 4. That's a good example as to why. Right,
shotgun, running for his life. Throws it incomplete. Denver getting the ball back again. I feel like I've been saying that all night.
For so many years, everything's been built around Burrow, as we know, and they've not run the ball. And now Burrow goes down, as he has in the past. And you say, well, we're going to run the ball and take.
How long is he down for? Is he down for half the season?
Running the ball is a philosophy. You don't just wake up overnight and say, we're going to be a good running team, and that's what we're going to do. And it doesn't work that way.
Woo, that was almost blocked. Taking it to 20. Mims tackled it to 23. He'll start right there.
Denver's Broncos still leading 21-3 as they did at the half. ESPN's presentation of the NFL on ABC will return after this and a word from our ABC station.
It's a shame because on paper, this looked really good at the start of the season for this game. Week 13. Thank you, Kenneth. Welcome in. Man, that's a long time to go without. God. That stinks. I don't wish that on any fan.
It's the whole meal. You can choose all city minis with a $5 deal or $7 treat.
Cruising commercial. Here we go.
Short on nothing. Maybe on a weekend. Only on Royal Caribbean.
You got the game.
Get live, local, and primetime games on mobile with the NFL Plus.
What a weekend. A lot of streams, a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. And baseball starts tomorrow. A brand new season of baseball.
They're ready to take the field. They're MedStar Health, trusted medical team of the Ravens for more than 20 years.
That's where my daughter's going to work, right there.
And
MedStar Health.
They're the team your team chooses every time. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
Cool.
Toyota Performance. Reinventing hybrids. With power you can feel. Camry. An experience for your senses. Buy yours now and save with low 4.75% APR financing.
Dun, dun, dun.
Denver Broncos trying to even their record at 2-2, leading by 18. They look at the AFC West. Chargers lost.
AFC West. Chargers are 3-1. Chiefs 2-2. Broncos 1-2. Raiders 1-3.
Big day for Patrick Mahomes. They get the 2-2. Broncos trying to get the 2-2. Raiders 1-3. They lost as the Bears blocked a field goal try at the end of the ball game.
Handoff Dobbins.
Here's Dobbins over the right side.
Dobbins with a gain of 11. First down. Coming up on 10 minutes.
Out there delivered a good block. In the AFC North, it's different. I think it's different than we felt coming into the year, really because of injuries. I mean, Baltimore is just ravaged by injuries on defense. Now they've got Lamar Jackson, who hurt his hamstring in yesterday's game. You don't have Joe Burrow for 3 months. And they're the Steelers, who got the win over Minnesota. It ended up closer than it really felt. And you see Aaron Rodgers really settling in with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Handoff, off tackle. Nice run, gain of about 6.
Well, you look at the AFC North, like you mentioned, the injuries, and Baltimore losing 5 starters in yesterday's ball game. They were already banged up prior to that with some key guys, and it changes everything. And you're right, Pittsburgh all of a sudden they're on top of the division, at the quarter-way point, and then in the AFC West, Kansas City, everyone was kind of writing them off a couple of weeks ago. That was even though Baltimore beat up like we talked about, that was a nice performance on their part. Makes a difference having Worthy back.
Short run, Dobbins, not much.
Rushing gets 3. Brought down by Chris Jenkins. Yeah, if he wasn't splitting carries, maybe he might be close to hitting 100 already. But
3rd down and 1. 3rd and 1.
But a big part of this, as far as rushing numbers, if you're going to get to that 100-yard mark, is in games like this. You've got an 18-point lead. There's 9 minutes to play. Convert here on 3rd down. You're going to run the ball a little bit more. That's when those rushing totals really go up. 3rd down and 1. Nick's out to his right. Spinning catch by Mims.
Mims on a spinning catch.
They lost Lamar Jackson, Roquan Smith, Ronnie Stanley, their left tackle, Nate Wiggins, and Marlon Humphrey.
Oh, my God.
They were already without Matabike. I mean, at some point, it's like, what are you going to do? I mean, you just don't have enough to compete, and John Harbaugh's got his work cut out for him. Yeah, I understand that. I will say also, though, that, we had him last week against Detroit before, Matabike missed that game, but he's out now for the year, they announced.
Oh, my God. Ravens are done. We lost 5 starters in yesterday's game.
You get average in a hurry when you start losing a few key guys.
Nico, hello.
And none more so than this Bengals team when you lose Joe Burrow. There's just not. But
oh, thanks.
In this league,
appreciate that.
Could carry a franchise the way Joe Burrow has been asked to do it. I mean, he hasn't had much of an offensive line. He's had no running game. Defense.
I didn't realize it went out to everybody. I thought it was just a newsletter and they sent it. But I guess that makes sense. Newsletter to everybody. I was thinking it was internal. Dobbins with a 1st down run. Well, I'm grateful to all the community for their support.
The best part is the way he protects the football
at the end of this.
Jets never got started.
And they're trying to rip it out. And he covers it up, and he just keeps those legs moving. I mean, that's an excellent job. It's a good thing for young running backs that are watching this tonight. They're still up. Watch it. That's it. That's how you protect the football, boys and girls. The more you know. You got the dugout wizard up there. 15 yards away.
Pitch. Dobbins again.
Dobbins. How many is that speed?
He might got 100 yards now.
He's got his hands in the air. That was 60. He's at 100 yards. Troy.
100 yards for him.
He's in 101, and that is the first 100-yard back that Sean Payton has had now in 38 games as the head coach of the Denver Broncos. So, congratulations, J.K. Dobbins. He deserved it.
Nice run by Dobbins.
Yeah, I mentioned that he kind of felt that he was going to lean on the run game a little bit more tonight. Sean Payton, that is. And J.K. Dobbins has been running hard. He deserves a 100-yard mark. Nice work. Harvey now.
Short run by Harvey.
He's over.
Going under 6 minutes here.
Last guy to get 100 was Latavius Murray back in 2022. There's one of the great people and Hall of Famers, Terrell Davis.
Yeah, he was fun to watch, wasn't it? Yeah, what he did to those teams and for John, and John got to benefit those Super Bowl years,
97 and 98. The way I got to, handing the ball to Terrell Davis, I got to do that throughout my career to Emmitt Smith. Makes a difference. Second down and 7.
Second down and 7.
Broncos just plowing their way down the field. They get to Harvey.
Harvey doesn't get much. Third down.
Let's go to Lisa.
J.K. told us this week that he thought that he was going to get 100 yards. Last week, he ended up with 83 yards on 11 carries, but he said, I was averaging 7.7 yards a carry. I don't know why they didn't just keep giving me the ball, but he said, Sean Payton, great play caller. He said, I have no problem with the plays that he called. But he said, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it soon. So he had his eye on this. He thought that he was going to get it soon.
Yeah, at least he only had one carry in the fourth quarter. Well, he thought he'd get it on 16 carries. That's a pretty healthy effort.
Quick throw, touchdown. All alone, Harvey, touchdown.
First touchdown for Harvey. And it comes through the air on a 12-yard tension run. Demetrius Knight, he made the nice interception there in the first half, and he blows an assignment here.
That guy was wide open. Like, I could have scored from there. Good Lord, I could have ran that in or hobbled in or whatever you want to call it.
Doesn't matter what your feet are doing on that one. Happy feet, happy face. Happy life. Happy life. We know the rest of it. It's 2 third-down touchdown passes. Third down touchdown run has had a nice night. Broncos on their way to a 2-2 record. Snapping a 2-game losing streak. The young man, Bo Nix, feeling good about his Broncos.
Feeling good.
Americans, we can do anything we want, except one thing. We just can't stop being American. So get out there, take your swing, rev your engines and let freedom ring, and never, ever, ever stop being American. Nothing stops America, and nothing stops Ram.
During the Ram Drive in the fall event, get
Linda Baseball. What's Linda Baseball? I don't know what that is.
2025 Ram 1500 models in dealer inventory, or get 0% financing for 72 months.
If you're asking me if I'm calling MLB games, yeah, I'm calling 2 of them tomorrow, Bill. I think that's what you're asking. It's maybe just a mistype.
No, I don't want it. Sorcery! Behold my majestic stride!
Okay?
Oh, I am not. So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
Hello, Monty. Hello, welcome in.
All right. Same thing?
Yep, this is our year.
If getting AT&T's best deal on the new iPhone 17 Pro without needing the most expensive plan taught me anything, it's that switching things up can be a good call. So how about we try something that's timeless?
Oh, yeah. Good call. Ooh. Get the all-new iPhone.
Just under 5 minutes left in the game. We will be live tomorrow at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Baseball.
Second half.
Go, go, go.
Da-na-na-na-na. Ugh.
Was just an instant classic, as they say on NBC Sunday Night Football. Packers and the
Last night's game playing to a tie stunk.
40 tie. It was just crazy and so fun to watch.
I can't stand ties. Have somebody win.
Pre-merger. And the offenses just could not be stopped. And we'll talk about it. You're going to get to see us on camera to make sure we're still here. 492 to 147 in total.
Jeez, a whiz. 500 total yards for Denver. 150 for, good Lord. Jessica Wrestler, hello. Welcome in. Wow, he drove that one. Hit the crossbar.
That game last night, we can talk either side. Dak Prescott was awesome. I mean, just awesome. We're not seeing Lamb. Exactly, and against a good defense. And I thought he was so dialed in. The game plan, he just was not going to hold the football. He was very decisive. He was accurate with the ball. And he's been that way really through the first 4 games. He's played at an MVP level, and yet they've won 1 game. Reminds me a little bit of the Cincinnati Bengals last year, as well as Joe Burrow was playing. And boy, they got to sort some things up. Now,
Cincinnati comes out to another false start. I was hoping they would go for the win, too. But they didn't.
Micah Parsons. The late Grant. There you go.
First and 15. Handoff, end around. Yosivach on the end around. Not bad.
First time all season the Packers had allowed more than 18 points. First time they gave up over 250 total yards. Micah Parsons had a sack, the only one for Green Bay. They handled Micah Parsons pretty well overall. Yeah, they did. I mean, obviously, if they don't know him, who does? So they obviously had an appreciation and respect for what he was capable of doing. And I thought.
Quick out. Chase. Jamar Chase got hit right away. He can't get a break tonight. He looks so disheveled. Yeah, good question, Road Warrior.
Since that first possession. Frustration up and down that sideline. And for Vince Joseph and his crew, they've got 8 straight third down stops.
Trips right on 3rd and 9. Trips right on 3rd and 9. Underneath. 4th down as Higgins makes the catch. I got to go for it. They're down, I don't know, 5 touchdowns, whatever. 4 touchdowns, 3.5, whatever it is. A lot more than they wanted to be. Let's just say that. Be careful driving, Bill. Hope everybody comes in tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern time. 1 o'clock Eastern time for baseball. Baseball's been very good to me. Shank. And not a Regina Erie shank, like a football shank.
about Cincinnati and where they are. They stretched themselves thin this offseason trying to keep this offense intact for Burrow. They gave the big deals to Higgins and Chase. Burrow already had one. They brought Gesicki back. And they're trying to make another run with their window with Joe Burrow. And now he goes down. And you're asking for more from Jake Browning.
Teresa will be here tomorrow. Awesome. We got one. We're starting.
Yeah, coming in and just winning games. Yeah, and you can do it, but it's just got to be different. And, I mean, totally different.
Handoff up the middle. Short run. Coming up on 2 minutes.
Joe Burrow and the Bengals fans, and Joe Burrow in particular, are sick of this list. He tore his ACL in November of 2020. He's been through a sprained MCL. He had an appendectomy, a strained back, the right wrist surgery 2 years ago. With
Joe Burrow is beginning to look like an injury dump.
Filling in now the turf toe, which the description of the injury, the name for the injury, doesn't really.
Handoff, short run, stay in bounds.
The big toe, and so they say.
Why wouldn't you try to stay in bounds, you clown?
Become chronic. It depends on, the person and how bad it is, but it doesn't sound good. Well, I don't know the similarities in his injury compared to a teammate of mine and Deion Sanders, but it affected Deion the rest of his life. It's had quite an impact on him. So. What that might look like going forward is anybody's guess, but it goes back to what we talked about before, is for a guy who had the year he had last year.
Turf toe sounds like an awful injury to have. Pitch. Harvey again around the outside. Why are you going out of bounds, you You're up by 25 points. Stay in bounds. He just got yelled at by his coach. I just saw his coach yell at him. Stay in bounds.
Be able to do more of in the passing game earlier, and he can kind of do it all from what I've seen.
He's doing that because he wants more handoffs.
In fact, the running back room has gotten so much depth now with Harvey joining them that Jalil McLaughlin, who was the second leading rusher last year, he can't even get on the field this year. He's inactive tonight. So it's been a 1-2 punch, and Dobbins and Hart made an anthem. See, the Broncos just got banged up on that last play, so off he comes.
Second down and 1.
And it's second down and 1. Harvey again approaching 100 yards from scrimmage on the night. Brought down by Barrett Carter to gain 3.
That's why he's close to 100. He wants to try to get 100. 2-minute warning.
Broncos rolling tonight. Offensively, defensively, you name it. Beat by 25.
Couple commercials. We'll come back and hopefully be able to salt this one away. Set your alarm for West Coast time. I'm looking forward to it. It should be a good game.
At 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime.
What is this commercial?
No one gets a chance in this game. They take one.
Oh, it's a Nike commercial. Signing papers on your house. Good for you. Congratulations, Dave.
No hurry, Cass. All dripped up. Got the new iPhone 17 Pro and Verizon picked up.
Debbie said you're getting the keys tomorrow. You're going to have a bunch of dancers come over. That's pretty cool. I never thought about that when we got our house, but that's kind of a cool idea. Got to be honest. 2-minute warning.
17 Pro on us on the best 5G network.
That's real nice.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want
The cold lager, the cold filter, the cold package one. Mountain Cold Refreshment, Coors Light, and choose Trail. Coming up on Sports Center after the game on ESPN.
Stanley Bird. Hello, Stanley Bird. Welcome in.
In the winning locker room, that'll be Denver. And of course, look forward to talking with you and Troy, Joe. I bet Troy's psyched to continue the conversation about this one.
Yes, we have plenty to talk about. Can't wait. Talk about the Broncos defense tonight.
Debbie's going to go to Dave's house to dance. Unbelievable. Nice. Franklin was the catch away from hitting my parlay. Oh, man. Stanley, I'm sorry about that. That stinks. They're taking a knee. I'm sorry, Stanley. I don't ever wish that on anybody.
I mean, they've got more penalties than first downs tonight. There were pre-snap penalties.
They've got more penalties than first downs tonight. And the worst part about it is Cakes has like 4 cakes left at his house now. I hope he gets to eat those cakes and just enjoy them without being able to do his ritual. Poor guy. Maybe he can eat a cake while driving his lawnmower tractor. Taking a knee. 3rd down coming up.
Good luck with that.
Thank you, everybody, for coming in here tonight and hanging out. I know blowout games aren't that fun, but you did. You stuck with me. You kept me company, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you to our moderators. Again, thank you to Patty for her nice dono. We appreciate that. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, the Detroit Tigers against the Cleveland Guardians. I can't think of a Disney one for that. Okay, Mike, I got you. The Cleveland Gastons. The Tigers versus the Gastons. I can't wait. Come join me tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Can't wait to see y'all. Good night. Whole lot of love to everybody. If I can find my buttons.